I don't know if our pixels will be screwed up or not. A little bit, but that's okay. Hello, everybody! Welcome to Wyrd and Wyld Session 58, the Wild Blue Yonder. I'm Jaydra the DM. Who am I joined with tonight? Who are these faces that I see?
Hello, guys. I'm Bailey. I'm playing Glacelor, the androgynous Eidolon. She is a College of Glamour bard.
Hey everybody, I'm Luke. I'm playing Aesop, Kinku Alchemist.
What?
Woo!
Yes, no longer a blood hunter. Aesop is a Kinku Alchemist now.
Oh, we can't hear you, Kevino.
Oh, oh no.
Uh-oh, we still can't hear
my
you,
name
buddy.
is Kevin. I'm having technical difficulties right now, but this is what I actually sound like. I play Sun Kong. He's an Ape-lead. He is the Abundant Spirit Monk.
He was talking fine a second ago. What happened?
Slash fighter now.
Oh, fighter. I have one level in fighter.
Hello?
Oh,
Now we can hear you.
Yay! Hey, it's me. I'm like what Bailey said.
Thank you, Kevin. Who else?
I'm Kyle, I'm playing Far Illuminato! She's a better than average trickster with the have to have it.
What?
Hi everybody, I'm Nick. I play MVD, Half-Elf Celestial Warlock Pact of the Tome. I have the most phenomenal pet of all time, a pseudo-dragon familiar named Jaydra. I will also be filling in as our lizard folk fighter, Rinkaz, bounty hunter extraordinaire.
yes.
At least until he gets here, which should be sometime this session, since this is kind of
He
heading
said,
in the
like,
direction
10,
of his story.
Maybe 10:30, 11, right? Something on.
Wild card.
Yeah, as in character, he is out of character. Thank you, everybody, those of you who are joining us or will be joining us, or just watching the episode when it goes up for the VOD or on YouTube. Thank you, Between Sessions, Jade Vala followed us. That was very nice of you. For any of you guys who follow or even just watch over time, you guys will be building up and accruing loyalty points that you can use for cool stuff. And one of those perks is buying cool little characters down below in our stream avatars, and you can use that extension on your phones. That makes it easier to control those little guys and play around with them. Returning this week is the polls for the stream avatars, and we're revisiting an older one. This theme is the undead one. That was the first poll that we released. The first time around the skeletons won, so this time we have the three other characters who didn't hit the spotlight: the zombie, the ghost, and the lich. That's up on our Twitch, so go check that out.
Lich.
Go vote for the one that you like. It'll be up there for a week, and next session that'll end, and I'll announce who the winner is for that one. We also have our digital gift card giveaway this session. This is kind of experimental. I don't know how many people will be joining us to watch or be joining us and actually remember what's happening in the campaign. So what I'm going to do is probably ask up front. The way I've set this up is a little bit extended. So instead of trying to do it on stream and just hoping that one of you guys catches it, I'm going to be asking the question. And those of you who are either watching live or watching on YouTube and stuff, you can post in chat your answer or go on like our YouTube if you're watching there and comment your answer, and I'll look through those before next session, and if you answered correctly, then you'll be put in to be selected as a winner. The only stipulation is that you have to be a follower to us. So this session's question, and I'll posit it again at the end of the session, is: what's the name of the criminal genius the group met who was working for Hexamal?
Oh.
Which,
I know this.
for everybody, is extremely easy, but to actually get people involved and remembering what the hell is happening in our campaign, I'm sure it's difficult. So you guys have a full week to scour through the previous episodes or check this one out and take a look.
Shamrock and roll blah woo.
I see, let's hear. He said, I'm sorry. Slim's here. He said, I'm sorry I won't be on until maybe later. And he threw us some bits. Thanks, Slim. I hope you're able to jump in soon, but If not, that's fine. So yeah, you guys have until next week. Answer in the chat here or on the YouTube, whichever way is easier for you, and I'll take a look at that before next session. Anyways, with the that stuff out of the way, let's move on and give you guys who don't have it some inspiration. Why don't you guys take one of those cards, Aesop and Fa?
Oh yeah, this is the one that increases your speed. Get an extra bonus action too? Sick. Yeah, this is a good one. I'm gonna keep this one.
Alright. Yeah, you guys can trade if you want, if you don't have something that you think will work for you.
Mine's pretty good. I'll keep mine.
Okay. So with that, why don't we get some die rolling to see who wants to give inspiration, or not inspiration, the recap from last session.
Yeah, suck it. Aesop get a 1. Oh, okay. You got 1 less than me, so that's fine.
I think it'd be even funnier if, like, anyone but Aesop had to give the recap.
Do I have to roll?
Did you get immunity last week?
I had it from the week before.
What?
Oh, Kyle, you have to roll, fam.
You gotta roll then, buddy.
Oh god, I was watching it at work. I didn't see. Oh no.
Wait, you weren't here last week.
Yeah, I wasn't here last week.
I guess that means I lose with the 14.
No, where's Kevin's roll? Oh wait,
Kevin did last week.
You're on mute again, Kevin. You're talking.
God damn it!
There it is.
Go, guys.
Yeah, I gave the recap last week.
Yeah,
well.
I mean, I usually like to, for fun, would roll with what Kyle remembered, but he wasn't here for any of it. So why don't we just have you count it, Luke?
All right. Finishing up our business on Neogokyo, we returned to the Masterminds, receiving a fairly substantial magical reward and turning in the brain of X-22. We also have the brain of Kemo, and we're gonna do something with that someday, hopefully. I mean, I hope that's him. We're pretty sure it's him.
We think.
Yes. But there was important things to do when we got back to the ship. I had to unfurl the message from what was his name was Frax, right? Frax. I can never get it.
Yeah.
Frax.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, is it Fax or Hacks or Frax?
You're not getting a gift card.
Frax.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, although he had the means to maybe mass produce it, he died when we blew him up with the horrible corrupted Modron. But
So sad.
But we had enough of a formula to cure myself fully this time, and I awoke, or I guess we awoke, as one singular being. I'm not as physically strong as I is used to being, but I can also think clearly for the first time in years. So I hope to be able to craft all sorts of new helpful potions and tinctures for the party. Right now we're on our way to Jaydra, I believe, to look into something Rinkaz was investigating concerning his past.
And since we're going to Jaydra, maybe we can also look into healing Kemo's brain or something? I don't know, like...
Could put it in a tree man or something.
Certainly a possibility.
Could we put him in the ship?
Put him in the
Could we?
ship.
We don't know what's happening to the ship right now.
I don't know if he'd like that. I mean, I didn't know him very well. But...
In what context would you be putting him in the ship?
I don't know. I thought maybe there would be some way to like digitize his brain or something. I don't know.
If Kaz was here, he'd be all about that.
Kong doesn't understand how magic works, like, or technology.
Put it in a fuel tank.
Somebody brought up that robot idea. That sounded like a good idea. You know, give him some autonomy, not be, inexorably linked to you people. You know, stuff like that.
Now, what idea was that again?
Put him in a
Robot
robot.
sounds cool.
Oh yeah, that's a Neogokyo thing though, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would think it would be. I mean, maybe.
I suppose we're still in orbit. I don't. Didn't we get like we got a price and some.
I think it's gonna take us some time to come up with the materials.
Yeah,
This list is pretty extensive.
All right. In that case, let's return here when we have everything we need to free Kemo from that prison that he is trapped in.
Yeah.
Mental prison.
Oh yeah. Do you think he dreams?
Guys, let's see.
Oh.
These are the components that you guys needed if you were to try and go the route of giving Kemo a construct form. 2,500 gold pieces, a call lightning spell, an aura of life spell, and 200 pounds of steel with
Ugh.
which they can work with.
Okay.
It's a lot of steel.
That's a lot of golds per pound.
So, somebody write that down.
Yeah, I got it.
Did I get a weird band for doing the recap?
Yes,
No.
that was a great recap, kind of finishing up the arc for Aesop for now. And you find a weird bit in your pockets, Aesop.
Yeah, I mean, Aesop still has to figure out how to mass produce the cure. Just because he's cured doesn't mean his work's done.
Exactly.
Oh, big
so
surprise! The cure. We still have missions for the cure. Like, we're never done with the cure. It's all about the cure.
Look, we're going to do Rinkas's thing.
Here, little monkey.
the guy who could tell you how to mass produce the cure was completely obliterated in a nuclear blast. So,
Yeah, have some fucking respect for the
speaking of weird bits, just remember that you guys can use those to build new rooms on the ship should you so choose. That's
How many do we have?
Oh, yes,
70.
we have 70.
or to buy
Oh yeah, last.
enchanted gems if you so chose.
Now, if I recall correctly, we did want to get one of those, not the ultimate gem, but the second to ultimate for 50, I think it was.
Yeah, for Fa. Well, I
Yes.
think it was for Kemo, but you know.
Ooh,
That was
X-ray
for
on the
Fa.
Neogokyo.
that was for Fa.
We have this.
Congratulations, Fa.
Thanks.
You inherited it.
All right, if there are no objections, I will fish out an uncommon gem from the vending machine. That leaves us still with a sizable 20 weird bits.
Let me pull that up. And let me move you guys over to that map.
Woo!
You see the expanse right now, but you guys are in your ship traveling through the Twixt, or wild space as it was, the area outside of any planetary bounds. It looks like space. And Aesop, you head on over to the elevator that brings the other rooms to you instead of it going anywhere itself, and head on over to the gem Vendomatic. What tier of gem were you looking to grab?
Uncommon.
An uncommon, okay. So let's take a look here. Again, this will be a weird number only because I am negating any of the homebrew stuff that is specific for the stuff they have on here. So an uncommon gem. Hang on just a second.
Homebrew shit. You get 2 extra Formulon points.
That's exactly what it is.
Would you say we have been resting for 8 hours?
No. Just kidding.
I mean, yes, you guys had like a full day and a half or so since you've left
We-
Neogokyo.
Oh yeah, Aesop's handing out vials of blood to everyone. Now don't drink these, they're explosive.
Oh, wait. I thought if you drink your blood, it heals you.
Well, it depends on how I've distilled the blood. This is explosive. Don't drink them. It looks very... Okay, there's an easy way you can tell it apart. The healing potions have a dark blue cap.
Oh, can you add like a vanilla flavor in them?
No,
Little fizz to 'em? No?
the
Don't
bombs
those have the red cap?
The bombs have a navy cap to them. It's very different.
Mom should be like red alert, red alert. It should be red, and the health should be green. You know.
No, I think he couldn't be clearer. I think he nailed it, Aesop.
Glasse, don't be ridiculous. I couldn't think of anything I could possibly use to color these caps red.
How about just a different prime, like green, yellow, blue, black?
Wait, I already forgot. What's the health? What's the color for the health and the bomb?
I think it was navy or something. Whatever.
No.
I put 50 gems in the machine.
As you hear a clanking around and shifting gears, Aesop, please roll me a D42, please.
Ooh,
Let's roll it.
good.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that makes sense. Fa, you should roll it.
Roll it. It's for you, hopefully.
I
Hopefully
I hope you don't get the Cromulon point one.
What's the
So I
cromulon?
pull this lever here and
Oh, Kyle.
Ooh, that's either good or bad.
Oh yeah, that was. I thought it was out of a D4. No, okay. Let's see here. A clacking of what sounds like a bouncing around of some type of material happens through the machine, Aesop, and depositing at the open slit at the bottom, you find a gem that has a deep purple color to it. As you know, it will take you 10 minutes as any other magic item to identify this, but for here we can say that you just immediately take it over to the labs and study it if you'd like to find out the properties.
Oh, yes.
You take a couple minutes poking and prodding, in using your arcane senses, what you have of them, or at least asking others to determine that this is an amethyst. It is an enchanted gem that can be socketed into a piece of gear, whether that be armor or weapon, and it grants you, as long as you're attuned to it, a +1 to AC and saves.
Wow!
Fucking jackpot! Yeah, that's by far the best one we've got.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I mean, I like my resistance to psychic, but still,
I mean, that's gonna make Fa even more slippery.
that's fucking awesome.
Watch it.
So the question being, you need a piece of gear that has an open slot 1, and after that you just have to attune to it.
Nice.
So I don't know, Fa, do you have a piece of equipment that has
Yeah. You said we can you can make one of the starting equipments a masterwork, right?
Yeah, I think at this level your character at some point would have found a vendor just because of your proficiency at your classes and surviving the world, that you have one piece of gear, whether it be armor or your weapon, that would have at least fitted into it through masterwork at one open slot.
Yeah, I think I'll put it on my dagger, so I always got it on me at least.
Nice.
The deep purple clicks into the grip where there is an open slot fitting the amethyst into it. Lines of purple run on the edges of the dagger as it glows faintly, making it become a magic weapon as well.
Nice.
Dibs on that if she gets her brain eaten.
Oh.
I can hear you.
We know.
Are you gonna be like Venom now, or do you talk in the third person?
What are you talking about? Are you poisoned? I can cure that now.
You can cure that? Not we can
Change
cure
it.
that?
That's right. That's what I said. We can hear it.
He's
What?
adjusting, Sun Kong. They're adjusting. You leave them be.
So we never see 22 again?
We're looking at him, right?
Well, true, I guess, yeah. It's weird.
See, Glasse gets it.
But to 22.
Is it like Aesop 22 now?
It's just Aesop. It was always
can't it-
Aesop.
Why can't it be
Somehow
22?
It was always Aesop. Anyway, I can still make healing drops and stuff if anyone needs any more of those. we kind of ran low in the last adventure.
I mean, it's always good to have unless they disappear like your bombs.
No. I can still make the permanent ones too. It just costs money.
Oh. No.
Oh.
I still got. Well, how much are the greater drops of healing again? 100.
50 gold for greater
50.
drops.
Hey, during the initial 24 hours after leaving Neogokyo, you guys planted the alchemy plant seed. Will you ping where you planted that in the gardens, please?
Wouldn't we plant it in the alchemy? Like, oh yeah, I guess we would.
Well, it needs soil.
Yeah.
What about
It needs soil. However, as they mention, it doesn't require light, simply CO2. So if you wanted it to put it in the alchemy crafting area,
Yeah,
you could put it there as well.
What if we just had a really nice, like, planter pot and put it in there and put it in the alchemy crafting?
I wouldn't be against it if that's where you all wanted.
I mean, I don't. Would it grow better out in the garden? How big is it gonna get?
You guys, well, those of you who were part of it, I think that's most everyone excluding Fa, back on Viveria 3, you noticed that the plant was like medium size. It wasn't terribly big, just like a medium sized bushel. It actually didn't look terribly exotic compared to any other plants, besides the magical properties that you guys found out about it.
I mean, doesn't matter then. Sure, wherever.
All right then, we can keep it in my alchemy lab. And just like that, my proficiency for herbalism kit has now been explained in the story. Because I got that for picking up alchemists.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Very
okay.
nice.
You grab some type of base to throw some soil in from the gardens and pack it tightly and implant the seed and find a good area in your alchemy crafting lab, Aesop, to set up the alchemy plant, which you guys, having been told by Quabar, one of the masterminds of the sort of elite committee, that it's an enhanced alchemy plant and a gift to you guys from the guy whose name I always forget, Dr. Jacoby, who
wow, no gift card for you, huh?
I know. It is not only an alchemy plant, but an enhanced alchemy plant due to the magiance of the genius, and thus will reach maturity within 1 week instead of the typical 2 that a normal alchemy plant takes. So a week in this campaign is a 10-day, so that's just straight 10 days. So in 10 days you guys will have a fully functional alchemy plant with which to do all kinds of terrible experimentation on.
I
We'll
can't
make
wait.
gold, right? Lots of gold.
We could try it. Why stop at gold when we could do
$500 or
why stop
500
at-
gold pieces.
Why stop at gold when we could do platinum?
This is why.
Got a point.
This is wonderful. That is such a good idea.
Mm.
So you guys realize, as I shift the map back over just so you can have an idea, as we shift back over to the Twixt Expanse, which is the universe that our campaign takes in, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full days before you reach Thornweald. The first initial days you guys left Neogokyo, Aesop immediately ran off into the labs, and you guys checked out him doing that work. You rested up, and so you're like midday on your second day out. As time passes, is there anything in particular you guys would like to do, or would you simply like to keep moving towards Thornweald as you had, I'm assuming, all agreed on kind of heading towards?
First day, I'm gonna try to make the greater drops for Sun Kong.
Okay.
2, because I think we agreed like I can do 2 per day or something like that.
It's technically like just an 8-hour type of thing. So if you wanted to try twice in a day, you could.
I
Cool,
wanna film him do it. I wanna put my own voice over it, like I know what I'm talking about.
cool. All right. Fair enough. Yeah.
And
so
today, Aesop's making a love potion. I wonder who he's gonna use it on.
it's greater drops of healing. It's the same I've made many times before.
Oh, he's been so frisky ever since he's been all one with himself now.
I don't like this. All right, here goes the first attempt. That is going to be altogether a. Oh, and I'll have Hush with me.
Oh,
Mhm,
since
mhm.
I'm there, I'm giving you inspiration for your love potion.
Sure. It's 16. That's a success.
Yes.
And then the second one for Sun Kong is even higher, so that's 2 drops for Sun Kong.
Thank you so much.
And that is it for my stuff.
Sun Kong, you mentioned, especially after having transformed into your Bionoid form and stuff, I'm sure your stomach grumbles as you were leaving Neogokyo. I'm assuming you're like spending time every once in a while between periods of rest to just like relax over in the meditation pools.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're doing like a bit of meditation, stuff like that.
I had 2 levels of exhaustion to get rid of. That's why I asked.
Okay.
But
okay.
also because of, I forget why. I think because, I don't know. But for whatever reason, because my new heart, I get the same effects from 4 hours of rest that I do from 8 hours of rest. So
Nice.
8 hours of rest is like 16, I guess, technically.
That is nice.
So
It's 2 days worth.
as you rest and meditate, you feel as though it's taking almost half as much time for you to reach your peak physicality again and feel well rested due to the coldness that you feel inside of your chest. You don't feel so much anymore now that the operation is said and done, but there is just like a subtle disorientation deep within your chest, but it doesn't bother you too much.
Oh, this is a good idea. I'm glad I got this thing.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing.
So, level with me.
Hmm?
What are you gonna do with my heart? I'm very curious, actually.
I'm going to study it. It's very important to my research to be able to study intact hearts from creatures that share a symbiotic relationship with one another. Like your Bionoid and yourself.
True.
Who knows? It might come in useful when I figure out a way to mass produce the cure.
Well, I mean, we'll figure it out. I mean, if there's a way out there, we can figure it out.
Yes, which we know there
And
is.
we know there is, so we just gotta find it.
That is correct. Also, if Aesop's in there eating with Sun Kong, he's eating a lot of red meat and eating it very sloppily.
Is it kind of rare?
I don't remember the last time we were so hungry.
I was gonna
22
ask,
used to seem like he was always
Yes.
hungry. Sorry, Fa.
I was gonna ask Rinkaz to fix the van we found.
Oh yeah.
Kibo's van.
Rinkaz agrees and says that he'll spend a couple days trying to tinker at it and get it working for you. Something
I got
to
it for
keep
ya.
him busy.
Dad joke, dad joke.
Yeah, he says something like that.
But wouldn't you rather a crowbar?
I'll work on it,
There you go.
but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't winging it.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
he's here, right here with us.
That's,
I guess
that's
just do your best, I guess.
just so
We're all so
scarily
good at
accurate.
We're so good at this. So good.
It's
Also, in between all this, we'll say that you guys did all this right after this conversation, just to do a slight retcon, only because we ended last session with you guys we're beginning to have a conversation with X23.
Oh yeah, that's right, little baby.
He
My
is-
screen
he
is.
is Babu. Jason, my screen's blank.
Scroll down and to the left, or right rather.
Hold shift
Ping
and
us, ping us.
hold
Pingus.
shift. Pingus.
What?
Greetings, Wyld Tycoons. X23 says, I see some familiar faces and yet faces that I have not seen before.
Wow, it's been forever, honey. Where have you been? Where are you now?
I was at the precipice of turning myself in for the unlawful crimes of being kidnapped by a Kregan off-planet and being forced to help him. However, at the last minute, I decided that my pursuits in my own particular areas of knowledge with which I wish to expand would be better suited outside of some type of forced confinement, no doubt, that the masterminds would have inflicted upon me, and so I chose to leave the planet.
Ooh, running from the law.
You see, outside of Neogokyo itself, where it doesn't largely concern them, the masterminds do not care if you're above or below the law. Our general sense of morality and justice doesn't extend as far as those of other races. We tend to put it aside in pursuit of our research and experimentations. Thus, they will doubtly come after me. In the meantime, I made my way over to the college that I believe that it was Inviti, as well as your daughter, Aesop, had attended at one point.
Oh yes, the academy.
The Ravis Eterna. It was a difficult trek up there. Their sense of security, they used some type of arcane shield to cloud the location. It's not as simple as bringing down a spelljammer and landing. Combined with the altitude up in the mountains itself and the extreme cold weather, it was a difficult climb, but I was able to make it. Once arriving, I provided my credentials, leaving some of my more recent actions out of their purview, and they were able to assist me. I was able to gain some insight into this Twilight matter that arose from my time with the information given to me by Kregan some time ago.
Oh.
This term, Twilight, I figure that it may be sensible to be shared with you. The term Twilight is a modernized colloquialism. The etymology of the word is complicated and has had various written forms and disputed meanings dating back to some of the earliest written records the college has in its collection, at least to the extent that they were able to unearth. Twilitusius, Twilitium, even stranger terms as Sereniticulus. These are all disputed meanings of the term, none of which seem to denote any particular figure or being, but rather an event or point in time, or possibly a group that may be associated with it. I learned from the text, at least what I could, deciphering that in some cultures the terms eternal movers or saviors came up. Other cultural revelations seem to point to the word meaning a great upheaval or conquerors to some extent.
Huh.
These are loose translations, of course.
Of what?
Twilight?
Of the term Twilight itself. See, it has many names, quite a disputed history to it. In fact, it was rather curious receiving the related literature. The college clearly had the items in their possession, yet seemed surprised when retrieving them, as if they had forgotten they owned them in the first place.
Oh, that is strange.
To some of you, I hope you understand the relation. Either way, I hope this information may be beneficial to you in some way. I plan to continue. I'm thoroughly intrigued in this Twilight, hoping to further my knowledge of understanding it.
Well, what's next for you then, if you're seeking to continue your research?
There is much insight to be gleaned. I do not have an exact point or area of interest to explore next. The conversations from the college members was difficult to ascertain any sense of their understanding of the tomes themselves. Again, they were surprised to know that they even had them in their collection. In fact, there was a certain amount of security that it required in order to talk my way into receiving them, and even then I was monitored as I read through the tomes.
So, since you're looking into that, maybe look out for people from... There's this place called... Does he know about the 10 Pit? Do we know if he and Cregan were dealing with the 10 Pit at all?
I don't.
You don't know.
Okay. Look out for people asking you about Twilight. They're no good. Except for us, obviously. But other people, don't trust them. Don't do it.
Of course, the information regarding Twilight is faint and scattered at best. If the college with which to themselves holds nearly all written word, at least as far as they claim, then I suspect that anyone having knowledge of this Twilight is certainly a factor to be keeping an eye on. I will keep the eyes in the back of my head, as they say. There are certain creatures out there in the world that themselves collect information. I will need to do more research into these species. Hopefully contacting them may bring up certain knowledge that is not kept in a typical culture of people themselves. Genius do not typically share a intuition as most other races. However, I sense that something big is coming. Is Cregan with you?
Oh, honey, no, he's been gone. We gave him a disguise kit. We gave him a disguise kit, and he went off into wherever he wanted to go off into. I think the last we saw him was on Halcyon.
Very well. I am contacting you through my phone now, and the connection is losing its strength. I assume you're leaving Neogokyo at this point.
Yes.
Yes.
I will try some form or way in contacting you at a later date should I gain or ascertain more knowledge. Until then, best of luck.
But of course.
Well, really, one quick question. Do genius have, like, their brains on, like, a different, like, copies of their brains? Like, so if one accidentally got blown up, all they would have to do is get their brain out of the jar that they put it in?
I have heard rumors of experimentation and research into crafting some type of containment unit for organs in order to keep them alive through arcane purposes, and the use of magiance or technomancy, as you may be more inclined to think of. However, these items are not terribly familiar with myself. Okay. Unless the masterminds in the time that I've been gone have found the technologies with which to produce them. If anything, they are more inclined to arcane cloning than the preservation of the individual organs themselves.
Okay. Well.
Why do you ask?
I look at Aesop.
Well, I kind of stare back at Glossy, like, really intently.
You don't have to tell him. That's why I'm not saying anything.
Just a hunch is all. Nothing to worry about.
Very well. I am passing on this knowledge as I hope it will be beneficial to you. However, you were able to rescue me from that predicament, allowing me to continue this research. Thus, if there is opportunities for me to share knowledge of my own, in addition to what I find out, I will happily share it.
Fantastic.
In the meantime, I wish you well, and I should be on my way.
Thank you for stopping in. Let us know if you find out anything more about this Twilight.
Very well. And he disappears. Inoki, should it back up.
Oh no. Oh god, everything's on fire!
Okay, he's giving me the phone. Look, yeah. So I mean, no one's dead. But
Oh god, the bad news.
we found some stuff. It's probably gonna take us a little while. Typically, the dispatch shitter. I mean, this old clunker that we're using isn't exactly meant to go to multiple spots at once. But I mean, we survived. It's just gonna take us probably like another 5 or 6 days before we're.
Inoki!
What?
What happened?
I mean, I'll tell you then. I'll tell you when I get back. It's a longer story, and I don't know that this phone will hold. It'll be like 6 or so days before we get back to you. Okay?
I'm sure you're all doing very well. I hope.
Consider firing the Dragonborn. Okay, gotta go.
That's the second time he's mentioned that. I'm getting very nervous.
He disappears.
Was it the Dragonborn? Did we hire the Dragonborn that little baby Hush took out on Scourge?
Yep.
We set him off with. Huh.
Yep. I mean, he seemed honorable enough, right?
Thought so.
Right? Oh, geez.
Thought so.
Oh no. Well, if Inoki's fine, then everyone else must be fine too, right?
Why couldn't he just tell us over the phone? I don't understand.
He said no one was dead, right?
Right.
I mean, that's something.
That's correct. That is correct. Okay, so everything's fine then, right?
Yeah,
Great.
sure.
Great, great.
You guys are stressing me out. Quit saying that.
I think they're bringing back presents. Usually, when people want to bring back surprise presents from vacation, they say, everything's okay.
Exactly. That must be it.
Okay.
Well, how kind of them to bring us back a surprise gift. Ooh.
I lean over to Sun Kong. They're all dead, you know.
But he said none of them are dead.
They're dead?
What? I didn't say anything.
So God.
He said, never mind.
Nothing. Oh boy, look at the time.
Right. So where are we going? Is it somewhere we can buy spells? Let's look for buying spells.
Well, no. Never mind. I thought we were going to Halcyon.
No, Jaydra.
Yeah.
And they do have shop.
I was gonna say, I think they have some spells, yeah.
I need some money. Let's make some money too.
Oh yeah, let's make some platinum pieces.
I guess we could send some footage to
Lushy.
To Lushy.
Yeah, I'd say that would work.
More specifically,
footage.
There is the sun, a green sun that once approached you guys before touching the surface of the sun. In some strange fashion, your spelljammers are warped to a pocket dimension, another plane. You're unsure. You've heard rumors that it's Jaydra is actually on the Feywild, though you're not sure if that's true. That's how you enter Jaydra, but more specifically, surrounding the green sun before entering Jaydra is the Celestial Cradle, this massive natural creation that surrounds it, that almost looks like this massive web, although it's much, much larger in scale. And covering the surface of this web is just miles and miles of open terrain. And somewhere on the cradle is Thornweald, the city or town that was given to you guys to pursue by the 10th pit for Rinkaz. That is the area that you should start digging for information for the general that initially enslaved him. So you guys aren't going to Jaydra specifically. However, Thornweald may be a place where you can have access to merchants who may have those materials for you, Fa.
Let's go there. Oh, we can do your thing too, Rinkaz.
Good. Yeah, we are literally going there.
Alright, so...
I hope we're going there. I would hope we're also not flying blind.
Flying
What?
blind.
What do you mean?
Blind as a bat.
Like a bat. Yeah.
Ugh.
And VD, go to your room.
What did I do?
That was
his
Ring
voice. His voice for Ringcast is the same as
Oh,
the BD.
Jeez.
With that, after you craft some stuff, Aesop, and you meditate Sun Kong, we'll say that ends the second day. Will you please move the ship another space?
Yay.
It is the start of the third day. Sun Kong, you finish some meditations in the meditation pool. You feel slightly groggy, as if pulling yourself from a deep sleep, even though it's probably only been a few hours. You hear in your mind, Sun Kong.
Roshi,
There
what's
is
going on?
something I feel like you should be aware of.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
No. Perhaps at another time it would be better.
What?
What?
Hold on. What's going on?
Even if I told you now, I don't know how much effectiveness it would have. Let us see if it happens again. And then I will tell you. How about that?
I mean, I guess if that's what you think is best.
I think so.
Okay. Thanks, Roshi. That wasn't nerve-wracking at all.
Alright, it is the start of day 3. If anyone wants to do any crafting, you can.
Yeah, crafting. I need to do 2 crafting for me. Success and failure. Oh man, I don't usually fail these. That's fine. I'll try again tomorrow, but I did get 1 greater drops of healing for myself.
Whoop, whoop.
I
Fa-
spent.
Oh, Glase.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I spent the entire day turning the relax, the meditation pool into like a luxurious bubble bath, and that's it.
Okay.
Luke, don't forget you still had inspiration from Blase. You had that D10. She gave it to you yesterday. You can use it on that D3, right?
No.
It's only like.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unfortunate.
Magic.
But good try.
Yeah,
Sun
good
Kong.
idea.
Is untrained crafting, is that like an insurmountable hill, or is it?
No, as pointed out to anybody, if you have access to these particular toolkits, if you have proficiency with them, you obviously get that bonus. However, you can try any of the rooms that are currently available, and I will move you back over to the ship since you may not have like a
Well, I know exactly what I'm going to go for. I'm
okay,
going to go for the floating disc engineering thing.
Now you are happily able to tinker away to your heart's content.
That's right.
But you would need to experiment to hopefully unlock it.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not an impossibility if you want to just throw some coin in and test it out.
Yeah, sure.
Do it.
I don't mind gambling. Let's go. Just roll a d20, I guess. Nope.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And
What,
with that, I think I forgot some of the basic engineering precepts.
You get a bad boy card, unfortunately.
Yeah, bad boy card.
Or I
Are you
do, rather.
watching this, Aesop?
No, because he's in the Tinker room. So
Oh,
that would
Tinker
be-
Room.
Yeah.
What tier were you going for?
Just first level.
Okay, so 50 GP as you feed it into the tinkering machine that is built into this room, and it begins whirring and shifting, giving you the necessary supplies. You tinker away for 8 hours, but unfortunately are not able to build anything of use. You do at least look over your shoulder and see Rinkaz in the room, kind of whittling away at reconnecting some wings to the bat construct.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Ha.
He says something quippy. There is still time if you want to continue to whittle away. It's up to you.
Yeah, sure, why not? Throw some more money at the board.
Do it.
All right.
Whoa.
I mean, it's better than the one.
Not much.
Also, a rounded, multi-eyed creature bouncing around with multiple limbs and what seems like passing occasional gas comes over. Hey, buddy. Let me help you out with that. And he, with any of your checks, gives you a +2.
Oh yeah, Chunk. Good old.
So that may not be enough, but just keep that in mind going forward. The DC for the base level, actually the DC for the novice level stuff that you're making with 50 GP for experimenting is a DC 12.
What?
Oh shit!
So
Oh,
you feel like you're getting there, you're unsure, and just in time Chunk comes over and tells you where to stick the wires to get whatever this is to work. So
Stick your wire.
Why
go ahead.
You need a ground wire. You're gonna fry your ass.
Go ahead and give me a D100 roll, and you will come up with something on that novice.
Oh.
What?
What are the odds?
1 in
I mean,
100.
Kyle.
I mean, it's
Exactly
like twice
1%.
now. Within 3 rolls.
It's Kyle.
Like.
You, after placing the face on the device, have crafted an alarm. Features a... Oh, go ahead, Luke.
You hear Aesop in the next room. Does anyone else smell smoke?
Nothing to be alarmed about.
Has a large coil spring, a dial, and bells and hammers. For the duration, whenever a tiny or larger creature comes within 30 feet of the device emits a loud, audible ringing sound. Any creature that's inside the range of the alarm during the activation will be recognized by the device and will not set off the alarm.
That's cool.
I want to stick
Not
it to the
horrible.
outside of the alchemy lab.
It works for 8 hours before needing to be reset again.
I want to set the radius for like 3 feet, and then set it up somewhere that every time Aesop reaches over his bench, he interferes with it.
As you leave out of the alchemy crafting lab, Aesop, towards the end of the day, a little tired from your full day of work, a loud ringing, buzzing noise scatters through the halls.
What is that noise?
You look over at Hush, and she just shrugs.
Oh, right.
Oh, hey, Aesop.
COOI, did somebody put a security system in?
COOI appears and looks around. I'm not sure what that noise is, actually.
Oh, hey. Have you guys seen this little... Oh, there it is. I'll take it and leave.
Gonna have to watch this one.
Oh, if Rinkaz was here, it would have been him. Sorry, Luke.
COOI slowly turns to you, Aesop, and nods and disappears. Alright, the end of the third day comes. If anybody else is done doing any crafting, we can move on to the next day.
Can I scribe one of my scrolls that I bought?
Sure.
Like-
What in the time of this traveling, whatever, I think you bought multiple ones, right?
I bought 3 cantrips. Each cantrip takes 1 day to scribe.
Okay, yeah, we can say that you begin doing that. You can go ahead and just put them in your book if you'd like, but we'll say like each one of these days. How long did it take to put them in there?
1 day apiece.
Okay. So you kind of spend some days by yourself in your room, kind of going over and writing these somewhat elongated spells into your book, but gaining an understanding of them as you do. So,
Does that consume the scroll?
I'm gonna look on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Thanks, D&D Beyond.
Because I'm pretty good at learning new spells, specifically wizard.
Something specific.
Scribing a spell scroll takes an amount of time and money related to the level. In addition, the character must have proficiency in Arcana. Provide material components required. Moreover, the character must have a spell prepared, or it must be among the character's known spells in order to describe it. If the scribe spell is a cantrip, the version of the scroll works if the caster were level 1.
I mean, if you're scribing it in and sort of transferring the knowledge of the scroll into your book, I will say as a quick ruling that it would consume the spell. And if that's, you know what, if that's different and we find out in between this session and the next that that's not the case, I'll say that you can keep them.
Okay.
Sun Kong, as the day, so you do that, MVD, as the end of the second day draws to a close before the next day begins, you're in the meditation pools, relaxing again. You begin to dream.
Ooh. Secrets.
Someone say cigarettes.
No, I said secrets.
Secrets.
As you majestic. As you dream, Sun Kong, you find yourself in a different place. You find yourself in a familiar place. You see that you are in the Monken place. The glass trees and a walkway leading to a facsimile of a temple spreads out forth from your view, giving you the familiarity of some of the architecture that you saw at home back on your planet before coming here to the Twixt. A shallow, bright pink water spreads out to the expansive horizon that seems to just disappear in a line of white out in the distance. Soft bluish clouds hang over, giving you plenty of light to look around. As you peer around, wondering why exactly you're here, you see a figure at the far end of the glass walkway beginning to approach you. As the figure comes more and more into view, you realize now, as do you, Kemo, that you have run into one another.
Oh my
Ooh.
god!
Monk zone.
Oh, hey,
What?
what's going on?
Kemo?
Yeah?
What are you doing here? I didn't think. Well, I guess this is so crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember anything. I was just, like, looking at these trees. They're pretty cool. And then you're here now.
Kemo, the last thing you remember is having that battle in that club at Sensation.
Yeah. We were fighting. How'd that go? Oh. Why? Oh, it must have been pretty bad if you're here too, huh?
Well, I mean, things have happened. It's so weird that have you been here before? To this place?
You, as far as you know, Kemo, are not familiar with this place. Although there is a strange sense within you that this feels like home, although you're not familiar with it.
So, you're not dead.
No.
Well,
No,
that's
you didn't die really per se.
Sure.
So this is not like, I don't know what you might think this is, but this is not. I don't know.
Disappears.
God damn it, cat! I think my cat deleted it. I'm sorry.
That's first of all,
okay.
that's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
It's okay.
And Kong wakes up.
No, back to sleep. So this is the Monkin place. It's. I thought it was just a place in my mind where I have come before, well, to train and to kind of. This is where I commune with Roshi if I want to talk with him, and
Oh.
You also remember that you're able to see and cooperate with your wife here as well.
I was gonna say yeah, but Ukog has been here before, so I mean, I guess it makes sense that you're here, but the fact that you got here without knowing that it existed. So, we're on the ship. You're on the ship with us, kinda, mostly.
What? You. Alright, let's get at it. What are you not saying?
So, you kinda got attacked by an intellect devourer. From what I understand, yeah. But the good thing is, it didn't destroy or eat or whatever they do to your brain. They didn't do that.
Well, that
So
sounds positive.
I don't know how these things work. Aesop explains it better, but so your brain is intact, and it got transported to to the people we were kind of chasing, but we saved your brain and we have it with us on the ship. Your body's kind of been exploded, but
Oh shit!
but
Holy
I
fuck,
mean,
dude.
you're alive. You just don't have a body exactly. But we're working on that.
Oh, okay.
We actually have plans. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but we're gonna get you. We're gonna try to get you a robot body. Doesn't that sound awesome,
yeah.
though?
This is
I
great.
mean, let me give it over the first body that I lost before we start the second one. Oh
no, Kimo.
So,
alright.
another thing. Someone found us who thinks that they know you, but they don't know how they know. Do you know someone named Fa Ray? I believe her full name is.
Never heard the name before in my life.
Oh. Oh, rough stuff
This is
right
gonna
there.
Well, she apparently saw a video. I'm not gonna. Remember, we tried to tell you about the video. Well, she saw a video of you,
Yeah.
and so she found us to try to find you.
Oh,
She doesn't. She says she knows you, but she doesn't know how she knows.
well, that you see how that doesn't help me. Like,
It doesn't help anybody. Hey, you asked for what's going on. This is what's going on.
well,
So yeah.
this
Hey, but
is-
so I'm guessing maybe because you're a monk too, like, since you're kind of always meditating now, because you're kind of just you're just a brain.
This is
Maybe that's how you got in here.
hey,
So like
could
you're
be.
kind of alive. Like you live in the monkin place
Yeah.
for now till we get you a metal body.
This is All right.
Aren't you glad you left Scourge?
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know what to do now. I can't find like any of my stuff. Is all gone.
No, because again,
You're dead.
So you're here, but
Yeah.
just like the you that's in your brain, not the you that actually has a physical being.
Oh my god, Sun Kong explaining this is the best thing in the fucking world.
So,
Kemo
like,
trying to understand it. Kemo blinks and then just slowly reaches and touches Sunka.
I'm real, and I still have a physical being outside of this place.
As you touch him, Kemo, it feels like he's a solid, actual person.
I'm gonna poke him back. Is he solid to me?
He feels solid.
So see, you're not dead. But this place... So this place is real, but it's not the real world. But it is real. It's not that this place is fake. It's like another... What do they call it? Like a plane? A plane of existence, maybe? Yeah. I thought it was just in my head, but maybe not now? I don't know. Like almost attached to the...
If I were Kemo, I would
Roshi, are you
the fuck
here?
out right now.
I'm here, Sun Kong.
Oh shit! Who said that?
You see Sun Kong looking up and calling out to Orochi, but you hear nothing, Kemo.
Oh,
Who are you talking to?
So, yeah. You saw when I turned into the golden kind of bug beetle thing? That's
This is
the
amazing.
bionoid part of me, and it comes from this jewel, and inside the jewel is the bionoid who was what I am now, and his name is Roshi.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps we should try this, Sun Kong.
You can come out, right?
Before you, Kemo, apparating out of just thin air, kind of adjacent to Sun Kong, between you two, a spectral figure begins to form. A wispy, wavy look to the bottoms of what look like chitinous-covered feet begin to form, slowly up to legs, and then an insect-like chest, all the way up to a full form, as you see a insect-looking humanoid creature step close to you.
There he is. This is Roshi. He lives in the jewel in my head. And so we share a body now. He again, it's just kind of like you. He used to be real and physical, but now he lives in my head.
So now he can. I don't.
So like Roshi is real, but not outside of this place.
Slowly reaching down.
As you do, the insect-like creature turns to you and says, "Greetings, Kemo. It is only in this place that you can hear me as well besides Sun Kong. It is difficult to understand, I'm sure, but consider that while only your brain is the last living vestment of your tangible being left, your soul exists here in a transitory plane that we have called the Monkin Place."
I understand, but Kemo doesn't.
So
Pretty fucking weird, right?
So, like, I have to stay here?
I mean, I guess you don't have to, but you can. Maybe it's better than, cause I'm imagining not just being a brain is weird.
My only guesstimation would be that without any senses or any body to understand the senses of the world, the real world around you, your spirit has left what is left of you to come here. Though not dead, so it has not passed on. It is
See?
possible, I assume, Sun Kong, he looks over to you, that if we were to give you another physical form out in the real world, Kemo, that this spirit that you currently are in would return to your body.
So yeah, like, what kind of... You're not dead, you just kind of don't have a body. But we're gonna fix that! I promise.
Okay. Fix it. Yes, that I understand. Fix it. I understand that.
So I guess, I don't know, maybe you communicate with me from this place when I'm not here, because I'm always kind of connected to this place. Like I said, I thought it was in my head. I don't think you're living in my head, but you might be. I don't know how these things...
I'm not gonna think about it too hard.
I don't. And it's just easier that way.
I believe it would be better if I allow you two to speak with one another. And the
Thanks for helping,
insect-like form of Roshi shifts away into nothing.
So that's what's going on.
Promise me that he won't sneak up on me and I'll stay.
No, Roshi's cool.
Okay.
Cool. Like I said, me and him share a body now.
Alright.
Kinda.
Huh.
Yeah. Something.
Alright.
So I guess we all feel real bad about what happened.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but you know, it happens.
But I'm sure the guys. So again, I guess to be transparent, we figured it was your brain. We weren't really 100%.
my god!
But we were like 90% sure. But now it's obviously this is good. I'm sure the gang's gonna be real happy to know that we were right.
As he finishes saying this, both of you kind of staring at one another, having this conversation, you both notice each other's forms beginning to become slightly blurrier.
Oh no.
I don't know what's happening. This hasn't happened before. But
The light that pervades the edge of the horizon becoming brighter and brighter.
But if you can, try to get back here, and next time I can, I'll try to get back here. Talk, so you're not alone.
See if this Fawn knows any of this of the hidden fist moves. I don't know.
I'll ask.
As you both finish saying that, the light blinds your eyes, and Sun Kong, you find yourself waking up in the meditation pool, remembering none of this.
Oh,
Oh, that's
you're such a dick.
that's so good. That's so good.
So good. God damn it.
As you open your eyes, you look around. It's quiet in here. You see Ukog at the other end resting, as well as Chatter. This sort of mix between what looks like a raccoon and another like ape-like creature resting at the edges of the meditation pool. Sun Kong.
I feel... Ugh.
I believe it's time to share something with you.
Roshi?
Yes.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
You have been arriving at the monkin place within your meditations and speaking with what I believe to be spirit of Kemo. This has happened 3 times.
Oh shit!
However, each time afterwards, you seem to forget. Do you remember any of the conversations you may have had during your meditation over the last few hours? Make a history check, Sun Kong.
Oof.
It's a 3.
Bum, bum.
Oh.
You don't remember. You feel like you have no reason to distrust Roshi. And something in the back of your mind feels like maybe you did dream about some stuff. Like when you wake up in real life and you feel you had dreams, you just can't remember what they were. You feel like you have that sensation, but you have no idea what they pertain to.
I don't remember. I guess I kind of like. It kind of sounds like what you're saying happened, but I really have no memory of it.
Perhaps, should this meeting happen again, I will fill you two in, so that there will be a more productive conversation, and so that I do not have to hear the same thing for the 4th time.
That would be tedious to hear 4 times in a row.
I would totally listen to us two idiots try to explain this shit.
This may perhaps help jumpstart your memory and remembering if I act as a facilitator as well. I'm unsure how I retain the memories, though I'm grateful for it.
So you're saying... But what you're saying, though, is the spirit really? Like, it seems like it's not just like a dream. It's actually Kemo?
He essentially, although you don't have the memory of it, fills you in on the conversations that all 3 times have essentially been what you just had with Kemo. You don't remember any of it, but he fills you in on the details of what you shared with him and Kemo's reactions.
Well, I mean, that's good, though. I mean, it worked. We got the right brain, so that's kind of good to know. This is so weird.
Indeed.
But he seems okay. It seems like, at least, so I guess that's okay. Maybe I could try to go to the Monkin place on purpose, and like, if I do that, I'll actually remember. I'll have to try that.
Yes.
I need to tell Aesop or somebody. I need to tell the guys.
You pull yourself out of the meditation pole, the others continuing to relax within. Alright, it is the beginning of the next day. Sun Kong, you have woken up. Everyone else wakes up rested. The pages that you were inscribing in your tome in VD, or whichever the first one was, has been accomplished. So we won't move it yet. This space actually here is the next day. So, with the full day ahead of you, what do you guys want to do? Sun Kong, you can do whatever you'd like. Anybody else as well?
I need to do one more potion. Boom, done.
Because it's been such a long time and seeing X23's face kind of reminded me, I just want to go check the Mimir and see if it's changed at all, or if it's just the same, or, just to make sure it's the same.
You step into the storage bay, seeing the large insect-like undead creature slowly. It's such a large size that it has to basically sort of like sit with its knees held up and its hands around them practically, because the room is too small for it to fully stand up in. It slowly shifts its insect-like head to meet your gaze.
Oh.
You step up to the center pedestal. Inside a fabricated pink chest, a cube, is held the Mimir. The Mimir slowly shifts to turn to you. Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, glacé and perception checks. Oh man, it would be great if I had my character sheet up. Good thing it's on D&D Beyond. It's really easy to pull up.
Played for an hour and a half.
Guys, Beyond.
So that's going to be a total of... I completely jinxed myself when I said it was gonna... Oh god, okay, I am pretty sure it's a 9. Let me double check. Yes, it's a 9.
You take a good look, sort of walking around the cube, inspecting the black, darkened skull of the Mimir. It doesn't look any different from what you remember last time.
I just want to tap it. Tap it. We'll tap.
You take the Mimir out of the cube that it's held in?
No.
So you tap at the edge of the pink box that's been fabricated to hold it inside.
Yeah, just I tap it first, just a little tap.
It turns to meet your gaze, but doesn't really react to the tap.
Okay. Do we remember? Do we remember why we put it in this cube, or what happens when it comes out? Nothing bad happens when it comes out, other than you just remembered.
You should take it out and see what happens.
You remember, Glace, that this Mimir was evidence of the recorded history of the end of Sigil.
And we know...
Make a history check as you kind of... after you poke at it and are kind of staring at it.
Not bad. That is going to be a 15.
Something in the back of your mind seems to pull a bit of information. You recollect that Mimirs, despite them looking like floating skulls, were essentially like knowledge banks. They were like books, but arcane in nature, and could speak back information to you. Obviously, this one has the recorded end of Sigil, but you guys keeping it around, not wanting it to A, fall in the wrong hands, but B, in the back of your mind, it could be that with some correct saying or conversation with it, it could unlock more knowledge.
Ooh! I love talking.
I would like to take it out.
You push open the fabricated pink top. It acts no different than any normal chest and has a top that lifts up for you to grab the skull out. There's no resistance as you wrap your hands around the black obsidian nature of the skull and pull it out. As you kind of hold it in your hands, it slowly pulls a little up from your grip and floats just a few inches above your hands.
Oh.
But we meet again, little Mimir. Well, I would like to know if maybe you could give us a little more information. It's been a while since we spoke. You must be lonely. Did I have a dream about my sister? No, I had a flashback about my sister. I was just wondering if you had any more little memories in there to give. Little hints. Little tiny hints.
The mouth, the jaw slowly opens. I require the name of the arcane who created this ship for further knowledge.
I was the arcane man. That's all I know. I don't have his name. What was his name?
This is incorrect.
Oh, who knows his name? Can you? COOI might know his name. Okay, Mimir,
I require the name of the arcane individual who created the ship for further knowledge.
Okay, goodbye. I will be right back. I'm gonna put you right back in. Oh, that's right here. Okay, you don't go anywhere. I will be back.
I wave at like the dead giant carcass looking at me as I run out and I try to find COOI.
You find COOI in mission control.
Okay.
COOI, hello.
Hey, Glace, what's up?
Hey, that arcane man that gave us a ship. Did you know anything about him?
Well, I spent a few days with him before coming into contact with that place called the Edge's Inn to meet all of you.
Oh, a few days. So in that time, what did you call him? What was his name?
Similar to you all, I called him the Arcane Man.
Oh! He's gotta have a name!
Oh, well, I suppose, yeah, I suppose they're all called the arcane, but he never gave me, I guess, a personal name to use.
Oh.
I guess he would have one, though.
Do you have any idea how I can find out this name? It's I don't know. You're a
Well,
smart girl.
I mean, he died, though, right?
Yeah,
So-
he died. Yeah, but you know, it's good to know. I want to find out more information. I feel like the Mimir would be able to tell me, but it won't tell me unless I know the name of the arcade man. You see.
Oh, I'm thoroughly stumped. I don't know where we'd go and look.
Gosh.
I guess I could talk to the navigator and see if he has any more information.
Did the navigator know the arcade man?
He was hired as well, yeah.
Oh. Yes, I can't understand a word he says, so please do talk to him.
Okay, if he tells me anything important, I'll get back with you.
Oh, you are wonderful, a peach. Thank you so much, COOI.
Of course.
Okay, and that's probably it for Glace. She would probably run to Sun Kong, or well, whoever's available. Sun Kong if he's not in the Monk in place, and then Aesop if he's not working. No, Aesop even if he's working.
Well, I would be asking COOI to call everyone to mission control.
Oh,
at some
okay,
point,
perfect.
So,
Alright, she does this for you.
What's happening? I was taking a nap.
hey guys, so I recently ran into some interesting information.
Oh! Do tell.
So, I don't remember this, but according to Roshi, so I've told you guys about the Monkin place, alright? The place that I thought was in my head that I can kind of like train in my head type place. I told you about that, right? I might not have told you, Fa, but Aesop and...
He has a silly make-believe place where he pretends to...
Of course, yeah,
Be training.
well, I mean, if you think that. So apparently, I've been going there in my meditation. Unbeknownst to myself, I guess. But apparently, I've run into the soul? I guess the soul of Kemo.
Oh.
Is he okay? Is he mad at us?
So that means he's
Roshi's-
still alive.
Yes, so I think that means we got the right brain.
Yes.
So
Excellent.
I
that's good.
I mean, if you can communicate with other monks in this make-believe place of yours, then it stands to reason if there are still functioning brain patterns coming from Kemo's mind that could be there.
Why do they keep calling it make believe? If he is there, what does he say? What like?
He doesn't know you. Well, at least he doesn't remember if he does, I guess. But I told him about you, and he doesn't know who you are.
Like, oh, well, that's
I'm sorry.
That's upsetting.
But,
and
I
very
mean-
confusing.
It's this whole but I mean that's good though. We got Kemo. He's still alive.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to try. I'm thinking maybe because I'm going to the Monkin place, not like trying to. I just am. Maybe if I go there on purpose, I can meet him and remember meeting up with him. Because apparently he doesn't remember. Apparently we've met there 4 times, but the only person who remembers is Roshi.
Well, but the important thing is Roshi remembers, right?
Yes. So
You could use Roshi as a way to communicate with Kemo, I suppose?
even if I don't remember, yeah, I guess so. Might be poor Roshi, I guess, has to live the same conversation out every time this happens, but
I'm sure Roshi will be fine.
yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. That's all I had to say.
Yes, that's
Well-
excellent.
That is pretty.
you're right. It does mean we got the right brain, probably.
It sounds
Probably.
like it. Or
I
you're
feel
just
much
living
more
in
comfortable.
delusion, and that's why you don't remember. One way or the other, we gotta try it out, find out.
Oh, Fa, you said you don't exactly remember Kemo, you just know you know him, right?
I think so.
Well, speaking of all of these memories that we all don't know or feel like we've forgotten, I was looking at the Mimir today, just to make sure it's all good and well, and I can't access it because I need the name of the arcane man, and I feel like once we're able to access it again, it can tell us more about ourselves. Well, at least maybe it would work on you, Fa, and Vidi, and Aesop. But me, Rinkaz, and Sun have a little history with it.
I mean, this arcane man, you have no idea what his name is?
No?
No, we never, for whatever reason, exchanged. Well, he already knew our name.
And if COOI doesn't know his name either, then
No.
perhaps we need to find more arcane men.
Oh, you know who would? What's his face would know?
Who?
His friend,
We
Honey,
are
there's
going
old guy.
Doran? No.
Doran.
Did he know the arcane man?
Didn't they
told-
build the ship together?
No.
Well, who am I thinking about?
The arcane man worked with Jaydra out of character to build the ship.
Well, we're going to Halcyon to perhaps find another arcane to
Okay,
help
well,
us with COOI, so perhaps when we get there we can look into it.
yeah, we'll put that on the list then.
I've got a feeling that anybody who saw this ship in progress, they'd remember. They'd know something about it.
Yes.
Where was it made?
Oh, do you know what the spooky skull thing is, by the way?
No.
So it's apparently a record of the original party destroying a city in another dimension.
It
like
wasn't us though. We were mind controlled by a purple crystal thing that we're still trying to figure out.
Well, I mean, it was us, but we weren't in control of us.
Fall looks confused and says that, and that's what made the ship?
No. The arcane
Oh,
man
no.
and another man by the name of Jaydra made the ship, I think. Actually, I don't know. I know they made. Did they make COOI? Oh gosh, I don't know.
Look,
COOI
when
says,
I
COOI says, from what they told me, the destruction of Sigil made the Twixt.
hey,
Right.
works
So
out
y'all
for
should be
everyone.
thanking us.
Look, Fa, when I joined the group, I just started rolling with it.
Yeah.
All this crazy stuff that happens, just assume that it's real.
It's fun to see stuff. You guys get into some crazy.
Oh.
We've been around. We've done things.
Oh, and you know another thing, Sun Kong? You need to go in there and talk to your dead pet because it looked at me, and I had no idea that it was moving or alive, dead, unalive. I don't know. You need to go in there. You need to give it some conversation sometime because it's cooped up in there all day doing nothing, staring at who knows what. There's nothing in there.
My dead pet? What?
Yeah, that giant carcass beetle thing that you can.
Oh, he's fine. It's dead. It's not really. I mean, well, it's undead, but it doesn't. It's fine. You know what I was thinking? Did we ever contact Amryn about what's her face? Who's meeting her there?
What?
The girl with what's his face's daughter is going to meet Amryn at the gate.
Marceline.
Marceline.
Leia and Marceline.
Did we ever tell Amryn that they were coming? 'Cause we were supposed to do that.
I think we gave them coordinates and
Okay. I thought we were gonna give Amryn a heads up.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I thought.
We're getting sidetracked here.
We are.
Sorry.
It's a a fair point.
We just leave them. They're
Fucking
just like
Amber.
waiting in this asteroid field, like just okay. Well, now what?
Fucking Amron's like, someone's following me. It just blows him out of the sky.
You guys know that the large interdimensional ring is there, but operating it without any expertise of knowing how it works may be difficult.
Oh, we just sent them like to hang out at this gateway.
I thought we were gonna contact Amron.
I think we were. I think we were just gonna like.
Should we do that, or do we have to just say that we did that?
Well, are you guys gonna attempt it?
Yeah, we don't even know if we can do it. Actually, no.
If you guys are going to attempt it, the question becomes, is Amron still in the Twixt?
Ooh, that's right.
I mean-
that ship of hers.
We could try.
It's been a few months since that adventure with her.
Do we have a way of contacting her if she's in the Twixt?
If she is still in the Twixt, you could contact her through her ship, yeah. She had strangely similar technology on her ship as the one that this ship is built out of.
Well, let's try to contact her, because, I mean, I don't really care that much about...
Oh no, this is gonna weigh heavy on my heart if we just sent them out there.
But, you know, Marceline, I kind of want to make sure she's safe, so...
This is up to you, Bay, as they go to use the mission control panel to contact Amron. Is she in the Twixt?
It's been months, you say.
It's since that adventure. It's probably been, yeah. You guys have traveled across the Twixt. It's probably been 2+ months.
Since we've seen her? Yeah, it's been a while.
To shreds, you say.
Close
She's
to
been
it.
here for like 90 years. Oh no.
You're on mute if you're trying to say something, Nate.
Yeah, if you're trying to say something in Vidi, we can.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
But what about his wife? To shreds, you say?
To shreds.
Oh no.
To shreds, you say.
Well,
If
give
she-
it
I
a
mean,
shot.
If she's not here, she's not here. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to contact her.
I am gonna say that maybe after like a month of preparing and telling everyone about, not everyone, but telling her confidants that she's made in the Twixt about this, she would probably like test it out to see where it goes, because it would be itching at her too much to not try it.
They're the planetary orbits that are displayed in programmed illusions above the round steel panel that COOI sits at is blank for several seconds.
But I do also want to make a note. Once she does get someplace, she'd probably want to make sure it's like a thorough, like, is it possible to go back? She want, like, if it's like something she can access, you know what I'm saying? So that's, do with whatever that you want.
Alright. So I guess if COOI lets us know she's not answering, we'll try her again maybe maybe after Jaydra, or we'll see. Try her again, maybe.
She's dead, you know.
That makes sense, COOI says. If anything else, to just maybe stay in touch with her. She seemed very nice and helpful to all of you.
Yeah.
She was very helpful.
Alright.
So yeah, we'll try again later.
Onward.
Everyone, I'm being contacted by this Triple D guy. He wants you guys to head on over to the
Yes! Triple D!
kitchen.
Let's go to the kitchen! Conga line to the kitchen!
Oh, look at my wrist. I really should be getting to bed.
Oh, I like conga line.
It's early in the morning.
I like try to conga line Aesop as like the front of the line to the kitchen.
Force him to dance with your ability.
I'm too.
Oh, I do that.
I am
fuck.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck! You can't do that. All right.
Vidi, you genius.
I will get my revenge on you, Glace. We will rip tear you to shreds.
all
You
enter
silly bird.
into the kitchen / tavern. You see Triple D and Rinkaz unpacking a decent volume of the spirits and other assorted alcoholic drinks that you guys in general, but mostly Rinkaz, have procured over the campaign. Triple D says, oh, hey, dudes. So, there's lots of, stuff to drink here. And, from what I've been told, we're still a couple days out from wherever this place is you're going. So I was thinking of having a drunking contest.
I'm sorry.
Let's
a what?
do it!
A drunking contest.
You mean drinking contest?
Oh, no, bro. This is a drunking contest.
What the fuck is the difference?
Everybody drinks, everybody gets drunk, and the last drunk person standing wins.
Oh, and Vini, you should be good at this, right, honey? You just came from
No,
college.
shut up! It's a drinking contest thing.
And Hush would be good at this. She just came from college.
I think it's more of a drunking contest. And to spice things up, everybody could put a little money on the table, in the pot, as they say.
Aesop, why is
I'm
that
in.
Vane? Why is that Vane doing that? I don't think that's healthy. It's...
We are very calm right now.
I'm in, and I'm paying
Alright.
for Aesop.
Oh, all right. I won't argue with that.
Ooh.
So, first of all, does everyone here agree?
I'll do 5 gold.
I'll
Sure, I'll
do-
match that.
I'll do 5 gold.
If Fa's paying for me, then yeah.
Sun Kong, you know you can't get drunk.
Ooh. You
Oh.
But nobody else knows that. What are you talking about, Jason?
That's
Okay.
great.
Who, first of all,
Actually, fucking nature check on that, because I just said yesterday when I gave him the mutagen.
I was gonna
that
say,
he
if
could
anybody remembers, they can make a check, yeah. Because I think you probably brought it up in passing before, Sun Kong.
that's only a. Oh wait, no, that's higher. That's a 17.
Wait,
And
what?
I just look at Sun Kong and I don't say anything. But I look very knowingly at him.
Yeah, you get a sinking suspicion that if he plays this game, he may win.
That's fine. It's not my money. I say. nothing.
However, Triple D also did be sure to mention that with a drunken contest, you have to be the last one standing who is drunk. So, for
Oh.
what that's worth.
Oh, you got to do a performance check, son.
I love this.
So,
Oh.
if everyone agrees, first off, do you guys happen to have any lists of the alcohol that you've acquired? I looked through Rinkaz's sheet. I didn't see anything that he listed. I know he has stuff, and I can pull it up. But if you guys have any...
He's got it hidden in the walls.
I mean, I remember he bought like a couple crates of it one time.
Oh yeah, he bought a bunch of stuff.
So I was just going to see if you guys remembered or have anything on your sheets. I could
I do not.
play off this. If not, that's fine. The other thing being, what type of money does everyone put out on the table? How much?
5
I
gold
think
pieces.
it was
5
5
apiece.
from everyone. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So 5 from everyone. That would include Sun Kong. That would be what, 30
That's
GP
fine.
on the table?
Yep.
And sort of a mound as you see Triple D kind of pulling a couple bottles of alcohol out of one of the crates that Rinkaz has bought. So let's show you guys the drunkenness rules.
Oh,
Oh,
hell
man.
yeah. Drunkenness.
An
You-
eyelash fell in my eye and I'm dying. I'll be right back.
Okay.
She's getting illegal buffs to win the game.
Yeah, she's cheating. She's cheating
Oh,
over
and-
here.
At some point, Aesop would have taken one of his daily potion and have gone up to Fa and say, "Drink this, please."
Oh, okay. I mean, we're just about to drink, but...
No, this is important.
This is important too.
What's it do?
It's one of my potions.
Yeah,
I need you to drink it.
I did. Yep.
Oh,
I'm just
Okay.
wondering why I hiccuping.
oh no, you're fine. The iron flavor is normal.
Yep.
it's important that you be inoculated in case I need to do anything to your body.
Oh, what?
What?
We'll say that this particular case, for the fun of it, is rum.
Ooh, boy.
Case full of rum. So, as Dripple D pulls out a couple bottles of rum, passing one to each, he says, "Each person takes a drink. Last person standing who's drunk wins." He points at the 30 GP on the table. So everyone take a solid swig of your drink.
Oh, man.
And
Is he
roll
playing
me.
with
He takes a sip himself. Everyone make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, hell yeah.
Can I make a sleight of hand to not take a drink?
Sure.
He's just like,
Everyone also who is kind of looking over at Fa can make an opposed insight check or perception check.
Aesop injects something into his arm and then starts drinking.
I don't care. I think it's a fun party, and I don't care what people are doing. We're all having fun. That's Glacé's outlook on it.
As everyone is inebriated, the ship is attacked by thousands of monsters.
Yeah, oh, God.
28?
Oh, man.
So, Luke, what was your saving throw?
14! I'm a little bird.
You gain 2 levels of drunkenness. There is a pleasant buzz that fills your head, and the edges of your perception, the further out, the far walls seem to shift and become just slightly fuzzy as you take a few big gulps and give it a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Glacé, what's yours?
17.
Glacé, you swig it down. It warms your stomach. You're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Sun Kong?
Do I actually have to make one?
No.
Okay.
Make a performance check.
I can't do that though. 17.
You take a big swig knowing that you are immune and give a bubbly smile to everyone to fit in.
That's strong.
Right?
It's gonna be fun.
Aesop just stares at Sun.
And Vidi, what was your Constitution saving throw?
17.
Oof.
Hi.
You take a big swig. It's not bad. You're fine. Fa?
28 sleight of hand to not drink.
You put it up to your lips, gulping a few times to imitate you drinking, and set it back down on the table for a couple minutes.
Oh,
So awesome.
wow. That's some stuff, huh?
Wow.
Make a performance check, Fa.
What? Come on. Plus
it could
6,
be-
18.
Nice.
Could be deception, right?
Or, yeah,
So,
deception will work as well, yeah. I'll take either
22.
one. So that you're pretty good, yeah. You fit in with everyone else. Alright, let's keep going, Dripple D says as he takes another big swig.
Woo!
Oh no.
Oh.
Aesop, what was your overall? Your coordination wanes. And as you begin sort of just, having a few words with yourself after taking another gulp and waiting a couple minutes, you notice that your words are beginning to slur a little bit. You're at level 4.
This stupid man with the flame shirt.
Glacé, what was your check?
9.
Glacé, you are at level 2. You have a pleasant buzz, and your vision at the further ends of the rooms gets just a little blurry.
I think she's faking it.
You don't. I don't fake anything. I am what I am.
She's a shock, this one.
Jealous. Everything. You're just jealous.
She's 100% real, and she's fabulous.
Oh, listen to my friends. So dance.
Dance, Aesop, dance for me.
Are you making him dance?
Sun Kong, you go to look like you're taking another swig. Give me another performance check.
I actually drink it. But...
Okay. You take a swig.
Ooh, I'm gonna use. Do I want to waste my? I kind of.
You take a swig knowing that you're immune to poison.
Oh boy, these alcohols sure are strong, guys.
Yeah, let's just try it. Why not? I'm gonna use my inspiration. Roll again. I'll get another one next week. Oh, that's not better. That is not better.
So we'll say that this is for your performance check because you know you're immune. So what was the total?
Yep. 6.
Oh,
man!
advantage here.
Why are you acting like that? We're friends. Why are you... Get off me!
You guys get the sense that Sun Kong may be overacting a little bit?
Can you believe somebody would fake this? 25 to stealth ahead.
I'd look at Glacé faking it.
I swear to drunk I'm God.
It's not the first time faked it before, I bet.
You're lucky I'm a happy drunk. I'm not drunk.
And
You're
Vidi,
drunk.
what is your con check at?
Con save 12.
You similarly have a pleasant buzz, and the edges of your vision blur just a little. You yourself are at level 2. Fa, you take a swig, or make it look like you are, with a very strong sleight of hand check, fooling most everyone around you. All right, Triple D says, let's finish these bottles off, folks. And he takes the last swig, as all of the rest of you do. Another con check.
Oh no, it's the same score as last time.
What is Triple D looking like?
I'm going to use my advantage on this and actually take a drink.
Nice.
Oh, look at that card.
Look at that
That's
card.
pretty sick. Aesop, your total was the same?
It's the same.
Aesop, you notice that your balance is becoming pretty poor. You go to place a claw against the table and consider sitting down. You also feel relatively sluggish as you hit level 6 in drunkenness.
Look at Aesop can't even stand up anymore. It's too partied out already just after a few...
Slice cut your throat.
Look at this guy can't hold his out.
Glacé, what was your con save?
13.
Glacé, your words begin to slur as you hit level 4.
I'm not a faker, you phony bird.
Yeah, you tell him.
Why can't we be friends?
Sakong,
Why can't we?
you continue trying to act as though you're drunk, although you get the sense that some people may be catching on, but you continue the ruse, I'm assuming, by taking another swig.
I rolled a 17 this time.
Okay, you feel like they're probably going to be relatively suspicious of you, but you try to continue fitting in. And Vidi, what was your con save?
17 con save.
Alright, you finish your bottle down and are able to hold strong. Fa, what was your check now that you actually took a swig?
10.
A pleasant buzz fills your head and your vision gets just a little blurry at the edges after finishing off the bottle and having some banter back and forth.
I know we just met, but you're my best friend.
Oh my god, no.
I think I'm starting to feel it now.
Oh, that's the thing about the drunkie contest, Triple D says. I brought some of my own brews. It's not like we're gonna just chug rum the whole time. Check this out, he says, plopping on the table some very cut up looking unlabeled bottles. Orc's milk, he says, holding it up. This stuff will really test your constitution, he says, as he pops the caps, handing a bottle to each of you.
What?
Oh, is it safe?
It's totally safe, he says, pouring it down into his mouth as it spills out.
Okay.
Rinkaz doing the same thing.
All right, let's do this.
Everybody make another con save.
Oh, fuck.
Oh!
I knew it.
This taste is milky but strongly alcoholic. It's a strange blend.
That's actually kind of nice.
Aesop, what did you get for your con save?
That's gonna be an 18.
Okay. This, you sense, Aesop, is a strong alcoholic beverage. Even while saving, you fall to level 8. You nearly slip out of your chair from just taking a sip.
Shit. You ever see that thing where like a bird is like trying to fly, but one of its wings is injured?
Oh.
He's got like one like of his raven wings just like uselessly flapping against the table. What?
That's
Everything-
not joyous.
Everything's upside down.
Glosse, what was your save?
12.
And you were at level 4, was it?
Oh no, Jason. I don't.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah, I was at level 4.
You're 2 behind Aesop, so yeah.
Okay, you're a level 4. Glosse, you are feeling a bit tipsy now, as you yourself hit level 7.
Oh.
This is a strong drink, and you feel yourself burp a little bit.
Did anyone ever notice Triple D's abs before? I can't believe I missed those.
Oh
Whoa, really? Triple D says, looking down, dripping orc's milk all over his fiery beard.
no.
Yeah, really?
He just got like a giant pot belly, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Sun Kong, you, I'm assuming, begin to dive into the orc's milk you've been given.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you take another swig.
Tastes good.
It's alcoholic, but you don't feel any of the negative effects of the alcohol. Nvidi, what was your Constitution saving throw?
4.
You were at 2 before, I believe?
Yes.
You now find yourself slurring your words a bit. You have a little poor balances. The room begins to shift a little bit. Your equilibrium thrown off. You are at level 5 now.
Tastes like home.
Coming out!
And Fa, what was your check, or do you pretend to drink?
Sleight of hand at a 12. That was a natty one.
Ah,
Skill check though, so.
Yeah,
Keep
don't.
it what
he
it
still
is.
have a
Don't-
bad boy card. He still has a bad.
Yeah, he can't get it.
Can't roll worse than 1 either.
Who's this one? What's this other one from? What player was that from? That was from you,
Yo,
Fa.
that
Okay,
was
so
me.
I can't take 2. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Fa, even with a natty 1, that's still a 12, but clearly everyone else kind of sees Fa bring the drink down and notices that they didn't really gulp as much to really drink it as much as you would assume everyone else seems to be.
They're drunk as shit. How do they know?
This is true. This is true. Alright, Triple D says, let's go all the way, he says, drinking another slug. You guys watch Rinkaz do the same. Orcish milk spilling out from the sides of his reptilian mouth as he glugs it down. Everyone make another con save.
I want to do mine with advantage this time.
Inspiration card.
Oh wait, you know what? This is a good one that I want to keep. So no, I'm not going to use advantage. That's the one that I have.
Aesop, what was yours?
16.
Aesop, you look around the room seeing everyone else downing their drinks. They also seem really tall before you realize that you are on the floor.
What are
He's
you
out!
doing
He's
on the
out!
ceiling?
You're out of the game!
And the world around you becomes very fuzzy and then dark as you pass out.
Poor bird.
Orcish milk dribbling out the side of your beak, coming out from under your mask. Glosse, what was your check?
Can we get this all on a rec? That was a
Oh
16.
no!
A 16 glace?
Yeah.
What was your previous level?
6?
What's
Was
the
it
bonus? It was 4.
7.
7? Okay,
Yeah.
7. Sorry, I literally
No, it's
wasn't
fine.
paying
You're cheating.
attention.
It's fine.
Glace, you are considering how drunk you are and notice that you're sitting on the floor and it feels
Oh.
really nice and cold, the steel floor, as you sort of lay your back against it, drink in hand.
Can I instead lay on a table?
You lay on a table.
I want
Crawling
to climb
up.
on a chair, climb
It's
on the table. and
Very
lay down.
difficult to do, and you're so tired afterward you fall unconscious.
Okay.
Sun Kong, you down your drink. Both you have noticed along with Fa now that it doesn't seem like you guys are consuming as much, or at the very least, the effects aren't hitting you as much as the others as you lock eyes.
It's almost like you're a bunch of cheaters.
And Vidi, what was your check?
I'm cheating.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
College,
What was your previous level?
5.
You find yourself relatively sluggish as you hit level 7.
Yeah.
And
One
Fa,
more.
do you sleight of hand or take an actual drink?
Sleight of hand. 18.
Okay, it seems like people may be on to you, but you take another, or pretend to take another, hard swig.
Oh boy, is that cinnamon I taste?
Triple D looks around and says, "Hey, let's." He slumps over onto the ground.
Yeah.
You watch as Rinkaz smacks his orcish milk on the table and brings it up to take another drink, and it just smashes into his face as he falls over unconscious.
Alright, another one in VD. Come on, me and you.
I tell you what, but I wanted to go.
And Vidi, make another Constitution saving throw as the 3 remaining take a drink in quotation marks.
Oh, I actually drink. Oh.
Huh.
Shame. Shame.
Oh.
This is fine.
Yeah.
And Vidi, the world around you spins, and it seems like a good idea to follow everyone else and maybe park your butt somewhere as sleep or consciousness seems to leave and you fall unconscious. You watch Fa and Sun Kong as Jira climbs over to the edge of the table and pokes Vidi with its pointy tail. You two lock eyes with one another. You're the last two standing. There's 30 GP on the table. You both seem relatively fine.
Like, I probably shouldn't drive, but, you know, it's alright.
I like flip off the table.
What?
Alright, let's give everybody back their gold. I guess you get your 10.
What?
I go and grab the 30 GP and I'm just gonna slip
Whoa,
the 5
whoa, whoa, whoa,
back
whoa.
in everybody's.
Hey, that's
Unless-
my money.
Oh, really?
I'm drunk.
You're gonna beat me, huh?
I'm
Take
drunk.
another drink. I'll take it with you.
I don't think you're drunk. I'm actually drunk.
Well,
that was
alright.
the rules of the game. It was, you had to
Last
be
one.
drunk. I'm drunk. You're not even drunk. I can tell. I can see it.
Can you? Can you?
Yeah. 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 I'll prove it to you with a little investigation check. That's it's a 25 investigation check. Are you
Oh,
drunk?
No, I'm not drunk. Not remotely.
Fa, you've noticed that he's...
My buddy.
Yeah, you've been noticing that he has been imbibing the drinks, but you can tell from your investigation check that he hasn't been showing any of the effects that a drunk person typically would. Fa, wrapping her hands around the 30 GP, pulls it towards her.
You aren't innocent either, young lady.
Well, I drank.
Some of them.
I drank.
I drank too. I actually drank all of them.
And I got drunk. He said drunk.
Semantics.
Hey, It was made of deal.
Well, whatever. I guess you can have it. And I take a drink. And I cheers Fa.
I'll split it with you. You get 10% because you cheated the worst. I get 90%.
Okay.
Oh no! Don't drink the blue cap.
That's
Clatter looks around the room and begins to pick up individually each person and carry them to their respective rooms.
And then after Gold Boy, move to the monkey.
You're not sure if I miscounted, but I gave you 8 gold back instead of the 3 that I talked you into.
that's funny.
I'll slip 5 of it into Glacé's coin purse.
Oh.
You can't do that while she's sleeping.
Wink.
Cut it out, Triple D, you devil.
You guys share a couple more swigs, quotation marks, of your drinks, Fa Sun Kong, and spend the rest of your day enjoying the whole place to yourselves.
I'm gonna go hang out with well, I can't remember his name. In the garden. Nick's other character.
Yeah, Stray,
Oh,
Stray is driving
Stray.
the Dingus 3 at the
Oh,
moment.
yeah. Oh,
Hopefully straight.
Yeah.
oh, okay. I'm just gonna go dip in Stray's stash then.
Oh shit! Don't parasail, dude. That's dangerous.
Parasailing.
You
I
grab.
am going to meditate with the help of Stray.
You grab some leaves,
Hey man, dude.
picking them off of the Ghost Genga plant, and roll them up. You use, I'm sure, some type of flammable object to light them. And as everyone else is resting, Sun Kong, you are in the meditation pools, I believe?
Yeah, I'll take it over there.
You watch as you're sitting in the meditation pools, and the pools begin to lower. Actually, this whole room feels like it's lowering beneath you. In fact, as you look around, it feels like you're floating. And as you shift, almost like you're still in the water, even though you're now probably a couple feet above it, you swish around and see yourself lazying about, eyes closed, at the edge of the waters.
Now this is how you get centered.
Oh.
Your mind begins to shift and colors become brighter as you go on a bit of a trip. Everyone else drunkenly sleeps off their stupor. Glacé, as you sleep, you dream a variety of dreams. Perhaps places that you dream about entertaining. One of them sticks out in your mind. A very interesting looking city that seems to twist and turn in on itself. One that you feel like you may have seen at some point before.
Ooh, I know what this is.
Alright, everyone spends the day resting off their drunken stupor, and you guys can go ahead and move the geodesic ship another space.
Sweet.
Oh, that's not. That's like a half space.
Yeah, that's
Here,
no
how
good.
How about this,
Okay,
y'all?
there we
How's
go. There we go. That's... Whew, okay.
I was zoomed in, I just moved it.
that? We move here. I want to move here. Kidding.
Is the bus drunk?
He has been before.
It's not fun when he is.
What?
You all wake up nearly a full day later. Most of you feeling relatively okay. Maybe the slight, subtle pang of what is left of a hangover leaving your bodies, but you feel alright. You all wake up as COOI is calling you all. If everyone would meet in mission control? I'm being contacted by.
Is gonna run. Oh, sorry.
She just says, I'm being contacted by Leah.
Oh! Oh!
I'm gonna run into Aesop's room like, good morning, buddy!
I look at him, pop a cap off of a cure-all, down it, and good morning, sweetheart, mockingly.
How you feeling, buddy?
Well, better now that I've had the cure-all. It's really great. They're in the indigo caps, by the way. The cure-all, very important.
I thought you said they were navy blue.
Indigo and navy are so similar.
No. The bombs are in the navy cap.
So we don't drink the navy
No,
blue.
the healing potions are dark blue, and the cure-all, which cures poison, is indigo.
So navy, dark blue, and indigo.
Unless I change it.
And you'll tell us when that happens.
Of course. Of course. Wouldn't dream of otherwise. Let's go.
Well, let's get to machine control.
You all enter into the main room where COOI is, and appearing on screen, the familiar face of Leah. She looks around and says, greetings, everyone. It's been a little while. I was tasked by Alderman himself again. He wishes to speak with you, though he did not share the details as to why.
I don't think we're...
What?
I would ask, in this case, where you are headed next, so that I can arrange a portal for wherever you land.
Oh, you guys.
What? What's wrong?
Spices.
Can I lean in, kind of huddle, no, I do one of these.
Oh. Kyle's favorite.
Yeah. And as I do that, I quietly say, didn't we agree to stop contacting these bad people?
Wait, the 10th pit?
Yes, they cloned. Remember, we learned all that bad stuff about us that they did, and well, according to Aurelia.
Sure. Also, I wasn't there for that session. Well, and therefore, I don't think I have an opinion on this.
Okay.
You were basically shared information to not trust the 10th pit from the original Leah, and she did mention that it is a high possibility that you guys were cloned, and your clones were tortured for information.
Oh shit! I wasn't aware of that. I didn't know that we were clued into that. Shit.
Sorry, yeah, that's.
I thought you watched that episode. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get to that part. Shit.
What if we get the coordinates to stop by a nearby somewhere that's not important, like a passing, I don't know, lump of rock or something.
Huh. Maybe
Or maybe we could just tell her that we have an emergency situation, which we do with COOI, and that we can't really talk to him right now.
Hey, that's true.
I don't know. I mean, their methods are pretty questionable, but were they all that bad? They got us information.
I don't think we should trust them.
Look at it this way. They owe us, don't they? We got the child back.
Okay, but if we go, let's not tell them where we're. Let's meet somewhere where we're not.
All right, agreed then.
Is there a problem? Leah says.
No. Will we actually have time to stop maybe at the nearest smallest place we can stop at? We are kind of in a hurry, so what if like a
asteroid, planetoid, something like that.
Yeah.
Very well. I believe you should have the equipment to find the nearest planetoid. I will also do my own research. I will contact you soon when you land with coordinates to a portal to speak with Alderman.
This isn't gonna take long, is it?
I do not know. He did not share any information with me, just that he was curious to speak with you one more time.
Oh, okay. Well, do let him know that we have an emergency situation and we don't have much time.
Very well. I will try to pass this information along.
Thank you.
Is this standard MO that he doesn't do phone calls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever talked to him on this, except the one time. No. Yes, after Scourge.
You guys would also know that he's trying to keep, at least for what you know, information about this granddaughter a secret from even the 10th pit.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, see, I think we should meet with him one last time, if nothing else. I'll tell you what, Glaste, if you get a bad vibe from him this time around, we can call it off, but I think we owe ourselves to complete this little plot thread.
Yes, just don't give him any more information.
Problem solved, problem done.
Yeah, okay.
It's redundant, so it's true.
Okay.
There is a very small moon a days out. I will contact you in the convening hours as you approach it as to where a portal will be formed on its surface.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, ta-ta.
Bye.
She disappears.
Okay, yes, I do think we should give him one more visit just to give him an update, but we should not say anything about any kind of information or where we're going to those people. That's just no good. No good.
Sounds like we're done with stuff with him, so yeah.
I mean, you all trust me, don't you?
Of course.
I mean, I had some questionable practices back in the day, and you've sort of learned to trust me.
But we just recently met with them. Kind of recently, I suppose, like a few months, and they already supposedly maybe cloned us and tortured us. We did sign a contract.
It's kind of an interesting conundrum, isn't it? Because it's technically not us that was tortured and killed.
It's still very horrible. I know I wouldn't want to be tortured.
You're right. That's pretty inexcusably bad, but all right, last visit. Let's get everything out of the way then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Fa, this is Rek, by the way. I don't know if we truly introduced you to Rek, but it's weird if you look straight into the lens. Don't do the shard right here. Don't look there. It's just like weird and awkward.
Okay.
Yeah. Talk to it too. It's fine. It's
Okay.
not on, by the way. You have to turn it on. See this little switch right here? It goes on. Yeah.
What a segue.
All
Kemo
right.
had a hard time understanding it.
Oh. I don't know how to respond to that because I don't.
Well, I think Aesop's kind of like, do you get what this is?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
all right.
understand it. I'm a tech wizard.
That's true.
Oh,
I
good.
think. I guess. I don't know.
I understand things.
So
I drink
this
and I understand.
Probably
This-
get it more than I do.
this moon, COOI says, it's a days out, but it's at least in the way of our path if you wanted to stop there.
Yes,
We'll be
let's
quick about it.
Yes, let's do that. Let's
Okay.
do exactly.
And with that, she sets a course. If there is nothing else you guys want to do this day, you're welcome to do it. Otherwise, the Nimbus will be moving another day forward.
So
These
we're gonna
people-
be landing on the moon tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna meditate in the bath for the actual benefit.
Okay.
It'll be good to stretch our wings.
Do you think like this could be an ambush?
Yes.
It could be.
Suppose it could be.
Roll a d12, Hong Kong.
Wow, it's an ambush.
7.
You have advantage on your first perception check made to spot, hear, or detect hidden objects or creatures in your immediate surroundings.
Nice. It's cool.
You feel a bit more perceptive, spending a little time meditating.
It's a what again? I'm sorry?
You have advantage on your next perception check made to spot, hear, or detect hidden objects or creatures in your immediate surrounding. As you guys pass another day, someone moved the ship forward another space.
We're gonna swing by Udu, baby.
You find yourselves watching the display panel in front of COOI, seeing a very small planetoid. It is completely square in shape.
Whoa!
As you guys begin to pull or lower towards it, the actual square-shaped moon begins to expand in size as you guys assuming that the ship is lowering down on it. It's hard to tell because there's no way to actually see outside of the ship without actually exiting it. Oh, COOI says, Leah's calling us again.
Oh, put her on.
Leah appears. She tells you guys the coordinates where to land, saying that there is a cubic formation of rocks on the surface that creates a bit of an archway that will serve as a flickering portal for you to enter the obsidian hall.
Excellent.
She disappears after relaying the information. The ship lands. COOI looks around for a second and says, it's got a breathable atmosphere since it's a large enough planet, so you guys should be able to traverse. Should be pretty close to the gateway as well.
Perfect. Everyone's good, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, it'll be good. It'll be good to get out and get some fresh air.
You all touch the crystal communicator, leaving the ship and finding yourselves outside on a barren rock, similar to other moons that you would assume would have a nature like this. The air is thick and a little difficult to breathe, but it is able to breathe. You're able to breathe without any actual disadvantages. You notice out probably quite a few meters away, but not far off, considering where you landed on the larger moon here, that there is looking like some type of archway made out of cubic, what look like rocks that are probably from the planet itself, and you all begin to head towards it.
I fly over there.
As you fly over there, the rest of the group coming closer, whoever holding the key
I
as
think
they
Aesop.
approach. Aesop, as you approach, key in your packs. The archway, which just looks like some type of maybe just geological formation, relatively tall, about 10 feet high, and able to fit most of you through. You watch as there is a shifting within the interior of the archway. There is a popping sound, as where once it was just a see-through archway, there is now a view into the obsidian hall.
Is this Faw's first time?
Huh? What?
Is this
First
Faw's
time.
first time with
First
the...
time through this weird
Yep.
thing? Yeah.
Ah, yes. Well, don't be alarmed, but the whole place is rigged up with a zone of truth. Just so you
What?
know.
What is this place exactly?
They're
Oh, yeah.
information brokers.
They procure information for favor.
I think I left the oven on back.
Actually,
Gotta
you know,
go.
she doesn't have to come with us.
No?
Yeah.
That would be wise.
Actually, yeah.
Alright, yes, maybe you shouldn't get tangled up with them. You guard us out here, okay?
You say that to a dust cloud shaped like fall.
Okay. And she is invisible. Excellent.
Well, I just meant like I took off the
She-
past.
yeah.
All right. I walk in.
Each of you entering through the archway into the obsidian hall, please make me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, I like when we do.
Yep, I'm telling the truth. Oh.
Oh, Evie.
It's almost as many ones as I've thrown.
I'm not feeling good. I'm drunk still.
It's fine. You tell the truth anyway.
I do.
I hope.
Sun Kong, what was your roll?
11.
Ringkaz goes with you. Each of you feels affected by the zone of truth.
What? Even with my 27?
Oh, with your 27, Glacé, you don't feel as though you're affected.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ, 27?
I'm 21 years old.
Oh my god.
Oh, like nothing happened when I said that.
Because it's true.
Of course.
It has to be.
Wink.
Leah, my
Completely
girl, long time no see.
You all walk down the long hallway to find Leah at her desk. Greetings, everyone. You mentioned that you were all in a hurry, she says.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
Indeed.
I was able to pass the message along. Alderman did not share much information with me. He simply asked, is it taken care of?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Is that it?
He says, thank you, and she pulls out of one of the desk drawers a pretty fat-looking envelope and sets it on the table and pushes it towards you. It is marked with the stamp of the symbol of the tent pit. He wished to give this to you. That's all, since you are concerned for time.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect. We won't waste any of yours as well. And Aesop greedily takes the envelope and tucks it into his robe. Come on. Come along, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye. Until next time, she says.
Until next time.
All right, I get the fuck
I'll
out
try
of the
not to
portal.
drink as much next time I come.
She shakes her head a bit confused as you find yourself walking out of the obsidian hall.
What a
You
fucking weird.
each exit, and with that, the obsidian hall, the view of it behind you in the arched doorway on this moon dissipates.
All right, split 5 ways, right?
So what'd you guys find?
We got paid, son.
Whoa!
So I open up the envelope.
You use the crystal communicator to enter back onto the ship where you meet Fa. It is 10 gold points that equals what? Platinum point?
That's how I rule it. I don't know what the canon.
I'm pretty sure that's the canon.
Yeah.
Either way, you each, well, as you pull the envelope open, Aesop, peering inside, and you find, let's see here, let me just make sure.
It is. It's 10 platinum.
$100 million.
Look, this is, I have to balance this shit out. This is D&D. I'll destroy the campaign if I don't be careful. You find Aesop. Your eyes widen as you realize these are platinum pieces. You find 1,500 within the envelope.
What? Stop! You're drawing all over it. Stop it.
Little clicky clacky shiny discs coins. Oh, there's so many in here.
So,
That's 300 platinum apiece.
oh. Ah, I guess I can pay you back now.
Oh, right
Nice.
you are.
How much is that gold?
3,000 gold pieces.
Are you splitting that?
Oh, we're splitting it with the 5 of us that did the job that we got paid for, of course.
The one that Kemo died for?
Yep.
No. The one he died for was for the cure that I now have.
Okay.
Yes. This was for, we were
Okay.
rescuing a child.
Okay.
Don't worry, Fa. We just gave you some very valuable items last.
I feel bad though.
Okay.
We did kill. I'm gonna like slip Fa. 15.
No. I got your drinking money. It's fine.
She doesn't even know how she knows this fellow, Kemo.
Oh,
You don't even know how you don't even know.
Well, I give Aesop 500 gold,
Oh, delightful.
and I give Nvd 1,044 gold.
Oh, is this what this feels like? Thank
What?
you. What? When
It certainly
people
is
hand you-
in VT.
Nvd?
Mr. Big Bucks now, I see.
Now, if you're gonna waste that, Nvd, you can just give it right on back to me.
It's his money. Let him spend it however he likes.
True. You go have fun, Nvd.
I wait till no one's looking, and I hand Fa 50 platinum. Don't go dying like him.
Oh, that's almost
Don't wor-
sweet.
Listen. I know I come off as curt sometimes, but I really have a vested interest in making sure we get Kemo back into a body or back to life one way or the other.
That's what this is for. Jingle jingle.
Yes.
Is that a lot of money? COOI says, kind of peering around the side of the programmed illusion planets in orbit.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. We just got paid.
Good.
That's a lot.
Well, you seem to go on some pretty dangerous missions. At least being a wild knight seems to pay off.
Oh man, it really puts things in perspective. I can make a drops of healing for just 5 platinum pieces. It's such a small amount when you put it that way.
All right. With
That's
that
called
over,
the delusion of magnitude. But
Yes, it is.
if there was nothing else you guys wanted to do, you can move ahead again.
Wow, this is a new feeling that I've never experienced before. It's like I'm free. This not being a dead thing is like,
Come on, it's not like I was going to break your legs or anything. What? I wasn't.
start with the hands first.
One finger at a time.
oh no.
I'm joking. I would never. To any of you.
You could try. But these legs are made of steel, baby.
Yes, fleshy, meaty steel.
So where are we going?
We're going to Thornweald.
As a new day dawns, you guys spend your time moving about the ship, enjoying a few days removed from all of the extreme stress, knowing that you will eventually find an alternate body for Kemo, but hoping to help out Rinkaz by landing at Thornweald, and knowing that after that, considering this is on the way, you'll be headed towards Halcyon to help COOI. You feel good, and it's nice to be able to spend a couple days relaxing, enjoying some downtime on the ship. Did anybody want to do any crafting or anything for this day?
You bet your ass.
Yep.
Now that you have some cash in your pockets?
Here, Aw, take this.
Whoa.
Okay.
What's Craterface's name again? I'm sorry, I forget it.
Crater face? Chunk.
Chunk. I can use him once a day?
He essentially, the companions, you can only have one assigned to you, but as long as they're assigned to you, they provide their benefits indefinitely. So each time you craft, he gives you the +2 bonus.
Oh, hey, you were pretty good last time.
I know a thing or two. This previous guy named Kaz, he was way better than me, though. I learned most of my tricks from him.
Yeah, well, I got you, so come on.
Oh, okay.
I love Chunk. He's the best.
Alright, so I'll do... 10 plus 2. 27.
Nice.
So I guess I experiment well enough.
Was that on the first tier?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is a clear success. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
45.
With a 45, you find yourself crafting a second mechanical familiar.
Oh
Also,
no!
keep in mind that since you're not Kemo, you didn't know these recipes before, so now you know both alarm and mechanical familiar, meaning that if you wanted to craft them again, you can choose them specifically, and the DC to make them is lower.
Nice. So does that produce one?
Rinkaz turns around saying, I think I fixed it, and sees now that you have crafted another one yourself. What have you made?
I made a mechanical owl called Houdini.
Houdini!
Nice. Rinkaz mentioned something about recalibrating Say to be really good at acrobatics.
Oh,
Wow, it's uncanny.
Sure.
I almost want to give you a bad boy card.
I already have 2 this session.
Yeah.
Yeah, you Fa have created a mechanical owl familiar with yourself, and you have,
Nice.
or someone else may have the use of Kemo's mechanical familiar.
That's pretty cool. Look, you can put this earpiece on and you can see through its eyes.
Aesop, are you wanting to do some crafting?
I'm gonna experiment.
All right, cool.
I'll sit down with Hush, and I will spin an inspiration.
What tier is this?
It's gonna be the highest one I'm able to, which is advanced. And let's go.
Okay, so advanced. Actually, okay, yeah, okay. So it is advanced with because it's linked to your proficiency.
Yeah.
So that's you drop the 150 to fabricate the materials needed. You use inspiration. What was your total?
Thank fucking goodness. Unnatural 20. I'm glad I used inspiration.
Very good. I'm assuming that passes. Let's see. Yes, it
Yep.
does.
Yep,
So, give me a D100 roll, please.
Oh, this is the most... I'm looking for anything other than a 15 to 28.
This is on the exceptional list. Let's take a look.
Or it's the advanced list.
Advanced, that's right, okay.
Nice.
That's just... Oh, cool. Potion of heroism. I can now make Potion of heroism. That's pretty neat. What the fuck does that do?
Let's take a look.
Potion. Well, it's specific to. Oh fuck. Description. It's hard to find them in all the descriptions.
I know. I can pass that PDF out again if it makes it any easier for you guys.
That'd be great.
Here we go. Potion of the hero. Neat.
What's it do?
Neat. So, it lasts a minute. You drink it. You get 5 temporary hit points and a +1 to all your attack rolls.
Ooh.
And then, if I upgrade it to greater, after drinking this potion, you gain 10 temporary hit points and are under the bless spell for an hour. Ooh, super cool.
Hashtag bless.
Yeah, fucking A. These are great.
That is now on your known recipes. Easier to craft next time if you want to choose that one. I also threw that PDF in the Discord, so it may be a little easier for you guys.
Nice. Yeah, I can only find like the JPEG and it's so smashed you can't.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of annoying.
Alright, I want to do one more experiment for the day.
Sure. Yeah, there's still time in the day.
So, +2. Oh, nope. Ow. I hit my finger with ow.
You gotta watch out. You want to hit the nails, not your hands.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind next time. Thanks, Chunk.
You're welcome.
I do appreciate you being here.
I respect you.
Alright, with that, we can move ahead if you guys want to move the ship ahead.
Somebody do it. I'm writing down what this fucking potion does. So I
Got it. Which way were we going? Oh, again still.
Another day passes. as you are in mission control, Glace, COOI turns and says, Glace, what's the outside world like?
Oh, my heart!
Honey,
My heart!
we'll find out what it's like. Listen, it's beautiful. It's full of sad things and happy things and things that are gross and things that are just so pure. It's full of so many things. Like really old buildings, really old people, really new buildings, really young people.
I feel like I'm old enough to remember having gone out, but I don't remember anything before my time with the Arcane Man. Maybe he made me. It's like, I feel like there's things that I could remember like you guys, but I just don't. Fa walked by the other day and I saw her owl, and that just seems so strange. Like I remember something about that.
You had a pet owl?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's something. You an owl? You feel something like maybe you had a pet owl at one point.
Well, if that's a possibility, then maybe it's also possible then at one point in the past I was also outside of the ship.
Yes. We have to find more about this arcane man and what we can do to cure you and maybe if we find more about the arcane man, what the mirror can tell us, maybe that in itself is going to help us with the cure. I don't know.
I'm sorry if this whole cure thing for me is taking you guys off of whatever important stuff that you're doing.
Oh no, honey, this is super important. This is the most important thing.
Aesop's from standing in the corner. We literally just spent 2 months on a cure for me. I think we can spend a little bit of time on you, sweetheart.
Well, if you guys are able to cure me, maybe sometime in the future I can see the outside to see what you're talking about.
Aesop grasps his chest and runs out of the room.
Yes, that sounds wonderful. What, let's see, what's the first place we would take you to? Not Relica. Not Slagonia.
I think Relica sounds lovely.
No.
Neogokyo is pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll take you. I think you would love Neogokyo.
They've all sounded pretty fun, despite being somewhat dangerous, but I guess that's also what you guys are meant to get into. Except that Scourge place. I don't think I'd want to go there.
Nope, that's not even an option. You're not ever allowed there.
I also heard that you guys set it on fire, too, so it may be difficult going back.
It's true.
Well, I look forward to it then, she says, and she smiles brightly.
Oh, yes!
Did anyone want to do any more tinkering or anything else during this day? Otherwise, you guys are nearing Thornweald.
If anyone has any gold they would like to wager on me making a potion for them, I would love to.
Yeah, you guys feel like the cradle is going to be a pretty large area full of mostly wilderness from what you've come to understand, so perhaps some extra supplies might not hurt.
I'll fund the science.
Well, I mean, it would be a potion for you. I have one that gives you mage armor. I have one that gives you +1 AC for an hour. I have one that is +1 to all attack rolls and 5 temporary hit points for a minute. Ooh. And one that's 300 gold, but it gives you the bless spell and 10 temporary hit points.
Ooh, bless. Can I look up bless?
Yeah, it gives you +1d4 to all your attacks and saves for an hour.
I give.
And that's
good.
That's 300 gold?
That's 300 gold, and I have to succeed the check. If I fail the check, then the gold is wasted. Hey, look at it this way. That's only 30 platinum.
Only 30 platinum. I'll risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah!
Oh, you got this, Aesop. With the.
Ooh, very nice. Very
Can
nice.
Can I give him guidance on top of me giving him the gold?
Yeah, if that gives him a plus for like an ability check, yeah.
Show me that guidance. Oh, +9? I'd have to critically fail this to fail this now.
You just
Well, roll anyway.
No, we're good.
it's a 1d4
Aced it.
extra on the ability check.
We're good. I make you the finest potion of greater heroism that has ever been made. So yeah, potion of the greater hero, 300 gold. It's real good. Gives you bless and 10 temporary hit points for an hour.
How much was the mage armor one?
That is 300.
300. Okay.
And it lasts the full duration of mage armor though.
8 hours.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready then.
Thanks, 10th pit.
Yeah. See, I told you it would pay off.
I'll tinker one more time.
Yeah. Do some experiment.
Ooh. Chuck, where are you? Hold this hammer.
Alright, I got plenty of hands for it.
Aesop is watching down from Snake Heaven.
Hey, look at this one. That's a basic level recipe or whatever.
Okay, that's still easily a success, so go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
Hey,
Oh, is that the one that lets you go up a level? No, that's 96 to 1.
it's like, yeah. It's not good.
What was the total?
12. 1, 2.
12 is the alarm, but as per my rules, that would be really stupid if you just made another alarm, so go ahead and re-roll for something you don't know.
Re-roll.
44.
Oh,
60.
nice! Nice!
With a 69, you craft a Tinkerer's Netter.
Ooh, that was cool.
A what?
What does it do?
A net gun.
Oh, shit!
This two-handed contraption resembles a small catapult with a coil and spring and netting. The device uses your proficiency and dexterity modifier to make a ranged attack that will launch a loaded net a distance of 20/30 feet.
That's fucking awesome.
Heck yeah, it is.
Don't use this on me!
Chunk says, handing
Run!
No! Oh god! Oh.
He begins
Did I-
rolling and farting out of the room.
Do use it on him. Let's say that's like a +5, 15 to hit.
Gotta beat it.
You see multiple arms pushing out through the individual webbing of the netting.
The more you struggle, the tighter it grips you.
I'm not moving!
Okay. Hold on. I got you. That was awesome.
This is something else.
Oh man, that's great.
I just give me tinker tools. Kemo was gonna use these all straight laced. Aren't you glad he's dead?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
something, it may not be as advantageous as like an ability score improvement, but you could always, consider taking a proficiency in a toolkit, because you can clearly make some pretty neat stuff as we go on through the campaign.
Yeah.
So you craft that, and with that, unless anyone wants to do anything else, that would be another day forward.
I spent some time talking to the giant corpse in the storage room, giving him some company.
It watches you, watching your movements, though it says nothing in return.
Okay.
Before we disembark, I do want to pay Jashini off for her whatever she charges.
This is one of my favorite subplots of the
Oh
whole
yes,
series.
MVT, I've been with you for a while now. It has been multiple days. I've enjoyed dancing in the gardens. But I do need money eventually. I am part of the Helper's Hand. I believe maybe one of your platinum pieces would suffice.
Sure, 1 platinum piece sounds fair for dancing in the garden.
Shit, I mean, thank you very much, MVT. This is very kind of you. This is an acceptable payment.
Get it, girl!
She puts it in between her boobs seductively.
Oh, okay. We're probably gonna die when we leave. You can have 1 more.
What? Oh, I...
Oh my god.
I will take it, she says with a slight bit of hesitation. Oh, but, Enviti, Do not die. I need you to come back to me. And she gives you a strong smooch on the lips.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right. You guys you can go ahead and move this ship forward one more day.
Shablam.
Oh yeah, ship.
You find yourselves watching the programmed illusion, watching as you guys near the Celestial Cradle, as well as Jaydra in the center. Let's take a look here. You're able to see, although it's colored purple and slightly translucent, you're still able to see a visual through the programmed illusion in front of COOI of what it looks like as you peer at Jaydra within the Celestial Cradle. This massive, natural-looking, what looks like a lattice. But you know that on the surface of this intricate-looking design that surrounds this sun is just miles and miles of vast wilderness that you'll be landing at a certain point on to hopefully get to Thornweald. You have one more day. Any last preparations before you begin landing at Thornweald?
Last call for potions.
That place is neat.
No.
What do you got cheaper than 300?
I could get you +1 AC for an hour for 150.
Ooh. Fun just leaves.
Okay. Okay. I'll take that as a no.
I don't have that much money.
I mean, technically, you do have that much money. I gave you.
Hey, I have somebody to bring back from the dead.
Fair. Point taken.
Do you, so if there's nothing else, you guys all find yourselves meeting in the mission control room, having passed one more day. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do something exciting. I'm getting cabin fever.
You all look through the programmed illusion that is in front of COOI. One more day having passed. Now seeing that you have neared a subsection of the cradle itself that surrounds the sun, Jaydra. Again, filtered by purple translucent tint, you're able to see more of the vastness that makes up the cradle's surface. Miles and miles that stretch on across the entirety of the cradle itself. A vastness and wilderness that you probably have never seen before. COOI says, well, according to the coordinates that the 10th Pit people gave you guys, we're nearing an area close to Thornweald, but Navigator is telling me that it's no good to land. There's too much bramble down below. You wouldn't be able to make it through. It'd take you days to cut through. So he's plotting a course for an area that's close to this place called Thornweald. He says it's a relatively open valley that's adjacent to the area where the large thick of bramble is. You could at least start there and perhaps make your way over to Thornweald. Maybe there's an alternate route.
Sure, we're all accomplished outdoors people here.
Ooh, like, they will.
Well, some of us are. That's the important thing.
Oh.
Okay, she says. I also am going to tell him to land over in the valley. She begins preparations to land. Hang on just a second, she says, and she disappears for just a moment.
What's this all
She
about?
says valley. Does she mean like the folksy way of saying a city in the valley, or is?
Oh no, we're roughnecking it. This is yeah.
She reappears. Navigator says that he's landed, but the ship is stuck.
What?
See, goddamn wilderness.
Wait, stuck on what?
He's unsure. He says it looks like vines.
Well, we have to go check it out then. We have to get the ship unstuck eventually.
Well,
Yeah.
it's difficult for him to tell being inside and all. So yeah, you guys would have to get out at this point anyway. Just be careful out there. You have everything that you need, right?
Oh goodness. Yes?
Do you have any of those firebombs?
Oh, no, so by default, Aesop gives everyone 3 firebombs every day.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Like, everyone gets 3 firebombs every day.
What do we know about this place that we'll need? We have rations. We have...
Rations is probably not a bad idea. You may have to do a day or two's worth of travel, at least from this location, she says.
I have a way to cure disease in case we catch anything out there.
And what are we here for again?
Rinkaz's quest.
Here for Rinkaz, although the 10th pit also mentioned that you guys could help look for that woman Alanalu.
Now...
Well, I would like to look for her, but not for the 10th pit.
Well, we could just look for her, right?
Yes.
There's got to be some kind of answer somewhere down there in the wilderness about who enslaved Rinkaz, this general person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure we'll run into one or the other sooner or later. We'll just follow the lead of whichever one we come across first.
Mighty plan. All that's left is to execute.
Let's do it. Well,
do
let's free the ship from the vines and then execute.
Sure.
Hey, Sun Kong.
What's up?
Can you use your spirit warrior to push the ship out of the brambles?
Ooh.
I guess we could try.
Blink, blink. What?
Oh, like I said, you'll learn to just go with these things.
Sun Kong has a thing that's really, really big and strong. It's big enough that it can fight a Tarask. Do you know what a Tarask is, Fa?
I do.
Yeah. So that thing is big enough to where it doesn't get smushed by one.
Ukog turns to you, Sun Kong, and says, if we do this, even if we're able to free the ship, this may put us completely out of commission for 24 hours.
Ooh. Okay, well, we're stuck here then, so let's make the best of it.
Well, I mean, as long as that's okay with you guys, I won't be... I'll be staying here for 24 hours at least.
Well, if this is a place with a slaver, I don't know if we want you out of the commission.
I tell you what, how about this, everyone? Let's go get a look at what's going on outside. Maybe we can free the ship without using the spirit warrior.
Okay.
Then, worst case scenario, we break out the spirit warrior.
Huh?
Sounds like a plan, COOI says, nodding.
Let's do it.
I'll wait for you to return. If you don't, I'll assume that everything's good.
Sure.
Wait, if we don't return?
If we do return, it would imply we're getting the spirit warrior to
Gotcha.
ship out of that. Yeah, there you go.
Alright. You guys gathering the info that has been shared with you. Glace, you pull out the crystal communicator. Everyone gathers around, Ukog included, and touches it, and there is a bright flash of light. Hang on just a second while I prepare some things as we wrap up here. Hang on just a second.
I didn't click my heels. You didn't count down. What?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot that
It's
lie we
like,
told.
You jerks, you gotta keep up with the lie, other way you can't.
I get bored really easily.
I, as a player, forgot.
Oh.
The bright light fades as you guys find yourselves outside in a thick jungle. It covers most of the area, and you notice now that the time of day here at the cradle is typically bright because of the consistent sun from Jaydra, although the overcast of what looks like a torrential rain that beats down makes it as though it is nighttime.
Oh, great, and it's raining too.
Everything is lightly obscured.
Wow, nature.
Hey, come on now. A little rain never hurt anyone, says the guy with the wide brim hat.
There is a thick mud at your feet that makes shifting around just slightly difficult, but doesn't technically count as difficult terrain.
Alright, I take it back. This is gross.
As you guys peer back to see what is holding down the ship, you now notice massive vines have erupted seemingly out of the earth to wrap around the ship itself. You notice these vines look humongous, some 10 feet in diameter. And as you're watching, you see one of the vines shifting around the ship, curling around, its immense size shifting your way. Everyone please make a dexterity saving throw as it attempts to push past you at a higher speed due to its size.
Get away. Dex. 18.
Well,
Aesop, what was your dexterity saving throw?
26. I fly out of the way.
You quickly throw your wings, your real wings, out and pull yourself up out of the mud as the massive, medium-sized humanoid in thickness vine shifts with some velocity past you as it continues to wrap around the ship. You see a number, probably 10, 12 maybe vines that are wrapped around the geodesic ship, holding it in place. Glace, what was your check?
I only got to an 11.
Glace, you try to pull your feet out of the mud, also noticing how disgusting your shoes are getting covered in it, distracting you for just a split second long enough for the massive vine to smash into you. You take 11 bludgeoning damage and find yourself toppling down over a little bit of an elevation as the slick mud sends you falling a couple feet into a descent. It's not steep, but you find yourself rolling down a small hill and collapsing in a slick pile of mud. Sun Kong, what was your dexterity saving throw?
22.
Sun Kong, you do a backflip, kicking with the final foot against the actual vine as it whips around itself to kick up high enough to dodge it. And VD?
13.
You similarly take 8 bludgeoning damage as you throw up a hand, or trying to do anything to stop it as you feel your feet sunken a little too deep in the mud, taking the damage, and you are knocked down the small hill, collapsing a few feet away from Glace into the mud. Fa, what was your saving throw?
18, unless it fails.
With an 18, you are able to just pull yourself down, ducking enough under the slightly elevated, massive arm of this vine as it swings past. It ends its wrap, the tail end of it wrapping around the last bit, seemingly the 12th vine holding the geodesic ship in place. Glace, you were knocked about. You notice your bag is knocked a few feet away from you.
No!
You get your bearings for just a second. trying to wipe some of this mud off. You and Nvidi, as you guys are pulling yourself out of the mud at the base of the hill, give me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
Yeah.
See, I told you, nature's gross.
God damn!
No, don't be sticks in the mud down there. I can fly.
I got a 4.
12.
Well, I'll say you are so focused. Noticing that your gleaming clothing has kept most of the mud off of you, but still covering some of the base of your legs and shoes, frustratingly, you kick it away. And Vidi, you're just covered in mud. It looks disgusting. As you are beginning to pick yourself up off the ground, Glace, you hear a shifting in the jungle nearby. Pushing through the bushes, you see a figure shift through. He is large, rotund, and he looks like a hippo. He steps up to you and says,
Glace,
No!
come with me if you want to eat.
he says, extending a hand.
Oh, it's... Do I recognize him?
It looks like a relatively buff version of Kunk.
Oh my god, what a blast from the past.
Where have you been? I'll give him my hand.
And as you take his hand, that is where we will end this session.
Come with me.
I don't think Aesop knows who this guy is. I don't think he's met him.
So yeah, I hope you guys had fun. Unfortunately, Slim wasn't able to make it this session, but hopefully next time.
He's gonna love the fact that Kunk's here, I'm sure.
I think he will. I think all of you are going to dig what's ahead.
Oh no.
It's a lot of... It's gonna be great.
I'm already got an idea, and I'm into it.
So yes, I hope you guys had fun. Thank you everybody while we're streaming who is stopping by to check us out. Angel of Light, Electrical Longboard, Lumber Gundam, Lurks, Windsock, thank you guys for joining us. And Looney Loomworks, as always, the VIP master.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys stopping in. Remember that you guys are building up loyalty points that you can use to buy cool stuff like inspiration for the team or me, or to buy other cool stuff like avatars that we've set that poll up on Twitter on that you can go and vote into. All of those details and stuff like that is below our Twitch page here. That's GAWD_mode. We upload the VODs tomorrow, and then they'll also be on YouTube soon after that. So yeah, check it out if you missed any of that. You can check it out there, or just punch in Wyrd and Wyld. I'm sure it'll come up through either one of those. And yeah, go vote in our poll for the next undead character to be added in the stream avatars, and we will find out what the team does and where they go next session. So thank you everybody for joining. We'll see you next week. Also remember the quiz that I gave you that you guys can leave a comment on. Let me read it out one more time for anybody who missed it. Let's see here. The quiz question is, what's the name of the criminal genius the group met who was working for Hexamol? It was actually answered in this session, so you don't even really have to go back. Just pay attention and answer.
You wouldn't have to even say that, Jason.
I mean, I'm trying to make it extremely easy just so people can interact. You have to be a follower. So, I mean, if you know the answer, just follow us and then answer either... well, now that our stream is over, you kind of have to do it through the YouTube chat. But just leave a comment, or hell, DM me on Twitch, and I'll get back to you with a digital gift card. And if nobody wins, well, there's always one in the convening month afterwards. So thank you everybody for checking us out. We will... What's that?
What's the digital gift card to?
It is a choice for the winner. They can either choose a $10 gift card to Steam or a $10 gift card for the DMs Guild if they themselves like to play and want to check out some supplemental stuff. So
that's tasty.
yeah, kind of the perks for checking us out and following along. Also, Kyle, did you want to share anything? I know you've told us probably a billion times, but is there anything that you wanted to share with the stream in terms of what Fog got leveling up to level 11 since we didn't get to see you last time?
It was a boring one. I just got an increase to intelligence.
Yay!
Okay.
That was a bookkeeping episode for me.
That's still helpful. That puts your score to what, like 18
Yeah,
something?
to 18. Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. So you are one of the more intelligent members of the group.
That's right. Well, yeah.
Tied with Aesop.
Always helpful. Maybe you can. Well, maybe if Kemo's eventually given a body, help him and Sun Kong. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and listening. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.